Tonight's Facebook record sale, also the last sale of the week. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Time to wrap up the week with a blowout. Let's see. Craig, first comment. That's what we love to see. Austin Cauldron. I don't know why that does that. There we go. Okay. Whole lot of records. Alrighty. Let's go here to I'm getting everything shared. I hope that y'all will do the same. That comment, I didn't mean to comment that as Coletco. Let me delete that. I meant to comment it here and reply live now. Okay, now I can go over here and comment it as Coletco. Okay, so welcome everybody to Facebook Live. Also, all of our viewers on YouTube. We are about to start selling some records. I think you know what that means. Lots of fun. We love records. Good night to be watching. We're going to do some keyword select titles at 50 or 20% off. Select titles at 20% off. So stand by for that. I've got 4 picked out, and I'll do more if y'all are. I'll do even more if y'all are nice. Okay. I'll do even more if y'all are nice. Are you doing a $25.99 new album for sale? No. We are going to do some select new vinyl 20% off, which means I've picked out the stuff that I'm going to put on sale. And it's a lot of great titles. I'm not going to give you the bottom of the barrel, but I'm going to make sure that what we sell, y'all are going to like. I promise you. All right, let me get the YouTube title. When I say we're doing a 20% off sale, everything gets a little hectic. 20% off dollar records. No, but the good thing is, tomorrow we've added a third day to our sale. Let me get this last thing shared on Instagram, and that way, link. When I'm done with this, I can talk freely without being distracted. Now I can talk freely without being distracted. Chat. Okay, so first, let's go over sharing instructions. Hopefully you're watching live on Facebook and YouTube. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, welcome. Great night to be watching. We're going to be doing some on-sale stuff. We've had a successful weekend with our $1 on-sale records. That has been very successful. $1 on-sale records here at the store. We call that our sidewalk sale. Our sidewalk sale. I think after tomorrow, since we've added a third day, we're probably going to end up moving over 5,000. I repeat, over 5,000 pieces of vinyl for $1 each over this weekend. Over 5,000 going to new homes. That will probably be our projection after tomorrow. So, wow, thanks everybody. Yeah, we have our point of sale system can keep track with it. our point of sale system can keep track of it. And yeah, so pretty much that's a lot. Right, Tanner? That's the most we've ever sold ever for a sidewalk sale. Over 5,000 individual records. Yeah, some people leaving with vehicles full. All right, so let's do a warm-up crate of new vinyl. I'm going to wait till about 8 o'clock, and then we'll start doing some on-sale stuff. Make sure everybody that's on is going to be watching. And then I've got 3 crates of new vintage stuff, and I think they're about to bring me up some more. So let's go ahead and get started. I think I went through these a couple times last night, but there may have been some people on that wasn't on then. So we always start with whatever crate's front and center here. That's Black Sabbath self-titled. This is all I have left of the Black Sabbath self-titled that is on the purple and black splatter, $36.99. That cleared out a path so we can do some construction in the back and go buy more next week. We've already got buying trips planned out. We're going to do several buying trips next week. So get ready. Get ready for lots of new hot posts and new arrivals. Black Sabbath, Chris D. Lorenzo. I think I read that off last night. Yes, I believe you were. Yes, I believe you were. So if anybody else wants one, the fantastic Black Sabbath debut album from 1969. Hard to believe that came out in 1969. Sabotage, The Wake of Magellan. That is the orange 2LP orange vinyl, 12-page booklet and lenticular cover. That is $56.99. $56.99. We have Led Zeppelin Physical Graffiti, $44.99. That is the 40th anniversary edition. Led Zeppelin Physical Graffiti, $44.99. Judas Priest, the Point of Entry or Point of Entry. I've got 2 of those left, $28.99 for Judas Priest. Last 2 copies of Santana, Supernatural, $36.99. Greg Rogers with the first purchase of the night, and that is for Black Sabbath. That's sold to Greg Rogers. Thank you, sir. Promise, we have the Desaturating 7. The Desaturating 7. Promise is on rainbow splatter colored vinyl. Promise, $29.99. Caged Elephant, Tell Me I'm Pretty. Caged Elephant is $28.99. Tell Me I'm Pretty. Enough's Enough on green vinyl. That's Enough's Enough self-titled debut album. Green vinyl. That is on green vinyl from Friday Music. $44.99. Last copy of Motorhead, the Ace of Spades. $34.99 for Ace of Spades. And Misfits, Earth AD. The Misfits is $28.99. I've got several Led Zeppelin 1s in stock. Led Zeppelin 1 is $31.99. And then the Creed, which has not been on vinyl until when they released this, I think earlier this year. I think that came out earlier this year. First time ever on vinyl. Creed, My Own Prison. Hard to believe that hadn't been repressed until then to be such a big album. $31.99. Greg Rogers also gets Cage the Elephant. Not only does he want it, he's going to get it. Richard Baker on Motorhead, Ace of Spades. I like that song. And Craig Johnson on Led Zeppelin 1. I like that entire album. Craig Johnson on Led Zeppelin 1. Sell that to Craig. A U.S. print. Creed, Human Clay, Jerry Stone. That's in one of our other bins, Jerry, but I can grab it for you. It's right here. Creed, Human Clay. This is sold to Jerry Stone. I also missed Michael Potts' claim for Black Sabbath. You got to have some Black Sabbath. That's Jerry Stone's. Let me go back to Michael Potts and pull him a Black Sabbath. Like I said before, these are usually like $39.99 because they're imports only. Not only is this a little cheaper, but it's on splatter vinyl, which is a limited edition. So, you know, when those are gone, they're gone. That's sold to Michael Potts. Jerry, I got your Human Clay. And yes, it looks like we're down to 2, 4, 6. I got 6 copies left of Metallica 72 Seasons. Metallica is $39.99. That is a U.S. print. It is $39.99, and it's black vinyl. That's what I have. All right, let me go through these one more time, and then I'll put up a crate of new vintage stuff. I will put up a crate of new vintage stuff. How much was Supernatural? Santana was $36.99, and yes, that does have the song Smooth. Kerry Gibb on Metallica, 72 Seasons. I've almost sold them all. I've almost sold my initial order, which is these 2, 4, 5. I only got 5 copies left, We've sold a lot. I wish they were all purple. I could have sold hundreds and hundreds. If they would have made enough purple, we could have sold a lot of them. This is not 20% off. Black Sabbath is $36.99. This is purple and black splatter vinyl, $36.99 for Black Sabbath. We have Sabotage, The Wake of Magellan, $56.99. This is 2LP orange vinyl, 12-page LP booklet and lenticular cover. I've sold a lot of these. Very cool pressing. Sabotage, $56.99. We've got Physical Graffiti by Led Zeppelin, $44.99. Judas Priest is $28.99. Santana, that's my last two copies. Supernatural. Before I order more, I'm sure I can get them, but just in case, $36.99. And say Cage. I think Cage is gone. The Cage the Elephant is gone, but Tracy, that was $28.99 if you want one. Carol Seeley, let me know if you want a Santana. Primus is $29.99. The Desaturating 7. Enough's Enough, that's green vinyl, $44.99. The Misfits, Led Zeppelin 1, $31.99. And Creed, My Own Prison. Creed is $31.99. My Own Prison. Did I see a Tom Petty under your phone? You seen, possibly. We have lots of Tom Petty in stock. Might be easier for you to let me know which one you thought you saw or which one that you're looking for. Greg, I will check on that for you. Greg, I will check on that for you. For sure. For sure. Okay, let's do a crate of new vintage arrivals. Let's see what we've got here in the new vintage arrivals box. I've heard that the ones they prepared for us today are literally all over the place, meaning they are all genres, all mixed, just because that's how they found them. When they, I think a lot of the stuff from the Dallas collection got what we call recondensed or reboxed, and when that happens, all kinds of titles get mixed up, which usually makes for good crates. All kinds of different stuff. Enough's Enough was self-titled. Sidewalk Sale. Sidewalk Sale is going to be an inside sale. Right here, for those that knows the store, you see that door right there? Right next to the showcase and in between that bookcase. You probably can see that red crate. That whole booth over there, that whole booth right over there is full of all the inventory that's going to be $1 tomorrow. That's going to be $1 stuff in that booth. So yes, if you come by tomorrow, you can dig over there, $1 stuff, and then by tomorrow, it's all going to be gone. So it's all going to be boxed, and you'll never see it again. So if you can't come tomorrow, there you have it. All right, new vintage arrivals. And then as always, I've got to step to the back and get our Japanese stuff, but we'll do that in just a second. Okay, Gene Vincent's Greatest. Gene Vincent's Greatest. VG Plus, $11.99. Gene Vincent's Greatest, $11.99. These are all new vintage arrivals. The classic Roy Orbison, VG Plus, $12.99. The classic Roy Orbison, VG Plus, $12.99. The Everly Brothers is a VG Plus, $11.99. This is a 1961 mono. Covers in shrink wrap. Vinyl is VG Plus. Both Sides of an Evening. Both Sides of an Evening. That's a 61 mono Everly Brothers VG Plus. Let's All Sing with the Chipmunks. That's a VG copy. $9.99. Red foil cover. The Chipmunks. Let's All Sing with the Chipmunks. Shaft. Isaac Hayes. A quadraphonic pressing. VG Plus. $29.99. That's a 1973 quad pressing of the Shaft soundtrack by Isaac Hayes. VG Plus, $29.99. Robin Pruitt on the Chipmunks. Robin Pruitt on the Chipmunks. Jamming with Edward is a VG copy, $11.99. Jamming with Edward, VG, $11.99. We had a near mint one, I think, last night or the night before. REO Speedwagon, High Infidelity. The vinyl on this one is a VG copy. VG copy on REO Speedwagon, High Infidelity, and that is $9.99. Soul Message, Richard Groove Holmes, also VG. That's a 1965 original mono $11.99. Richard Groove Holmes. Robin Pruitt got Chipmunk. Sean Crupper says, let's not. That might have been an autocorrect or something, Sean, or that just might have been a complete miscue. He didn't mean to send that. So let's sell Colin Butler Shaft for the meantime. And we have Everly Brothers by Alvo Dabney. Everly Brothers, Alvo Dabney, and Colin Butler on Richard Groove Holmes. Richard Groove Holmes. Okay. Moving on. Little Stevie Wonder, the 12-Year-Old Genius. That's a VG copy, 1963 press. 1963 Stevie Wonder, the Little Genius, 12-Year-Old Genius recorded live. Little Stevie Wonder, VG copy, 1999. 1999. Otis Redding, Dictionary of Soul. Otis Redding, Dictionary of Soul is a VG copy, $39.99. 1967, VG, $39.99. Cal Jader and Stan Getz Sextet. This is a VG, $39.99. It's an original 1958 mono on red vinyl. And this has the sleeve is probably VG minus. It's got some splits, it's got some tape on it. But this is the 58 red vinyl, Cal Jader, Stan Getz Sextet. Patricia Callahan, first on the Roy Orbison from earlier. That's sold to Patricia. And Steely Dan, Gaucho, VG Plus, $26.99. That's a 1980 club press. Steely Dan Gaucho, VG Plus, $26.99. Modern Jazz Quartet, that is original 1957 Deep Groove Mono, VG Plus, $19.99. Deep Groove Mono, those always sound incredible. Black Atlantic label, that is the Modern Jazz Quartet. VG Plus, $19.99. That is a 1957. Johnny Cash at San Quentin, VG Plus, $21.99. Johnny Cash at San Quentin, this is VG Plus, $21.99. 1972 Terre Haute, VG Plus, $21.99. Gypsy. Gypsy is a VG Plus, $24.99. That's a 1970 Terre Haute for Gypsy. VG Plus, $24.99. Gypsy self-titled. Johnny Cash at San Quentin. Always getting asked about that one. And Folsom Prison. Rick Springfield, Comic Book Heroes. VG Plus, $11.99 for Rick Springfield. Curtis Mayfield, his early years with The Impression. Curtis Mayfield is a VG Plus, $14.99. Richard Baker on the Gypsy LP. That's sold to Richard Baker. Tom and Jerry's Rockets, On the Road Again. VG, $29.99. It's a white label promo, and it's been signed, and it's been autographed. That's a VG copy, $29.99. Tom and Jerry's Rockets, On the Road Again. It looks like it's signed on the label, possibly, too, as well. VG, $29.99. Runt, The Ballad of Todd Rundgren, is VG Plus, $24.99. This is also a promo copy. Todd Rundgren is a DJ copy, not for sale. VG Plus, $24.99. Frank Zappa in New York, a 1978 Winchester Press. VG, $24.99 for Zappa in New York. Frank Zappa, that is a VG copy, $24.99. Frigid Pink, VG, $19.99. That's a 1970 US. Frigid Pink, VG, $19.99. Frigid Pink, self-titled. Jimmy McGriff and Junior Parker, The Dudes Doing Business. VG, $16.99. That's a 1970 original US press. The Dudes Doing Business. Jimmy McGriff and Junior Parker. That's a VG, $16.99. James Lee Farrell on the Frank Zappa and Greg Brummett on Frigid Pink and Colin Butler on Jimmy McGriff. That's Zappa, Frigid Pink, and Jimmy McGriff. Also to James, Greg, and Colin. Those are all sold. Paul Simon is a VG Plus, $11.99. 1972 Terre Haute. Paul Simon, VG Plus, $11.99. Return to Forever, Music Magic. That's a VG Plus, $12.99. Chick Corea and Stanley Clark. Mastered by Bernie Grunman. Cool. Return to Forever, Music Magic. Yes, Fragile. That's a VG copy, $16.99. The classic Yes, Fragile. That one's VG. Looks like an OG pressing, though. 1841 Broadway, 4-digit. Gatefold has the booklet with it. That is $16.99. Josh Ragland said PS, and he said never mind on the PS. So Paul Simon was sold, but he's going to pass, and Kevin Dokesy wants the yes, though. Okay. The Cars, Candy O. Nice looking cover. The vinyl's VG. That's a 79 OG specialty press. $9.99 for the Cars, Candy O. The times, they are a-changin'. Bob Dylan, VG, $39.99. That's a 1964 stereo. Bob Dylan, the times, they are a-changin'. That's a VG, $39.99. James Lee Farrell on the Cars. That's so to James Lee Farrell. Waylon Jennings, Honky Tonk Heroes. VG Plus, $29.99. That's a 73 Indianapolis press. Indianapolis press. Original orange label. Waylon Jennings. That one's not as easy to come by. Honky Tonk Heroes. Steely Dan, Katie Lied. That's a VG Plus, $26.99. Katie Lied is a 75 US. Katie Lied. Let's see. 75 US. Yeah, that's OG. VG Plus, $26.99. I thought that came out 73. I'm getting that and Pretzel, or I guess Can't Buy a Thrill. I think it was, no. Countdown, or Can't Buy a Thrill was 72. Pretzel Logic 70, or Countdown to Ecstasy 73. Pretzel Logic maybe, and then Katie Lied, I think. I'm testing my Steely Dan knowledge now. Gideon Whedon, first on Waylon Jennings. Gideon, I think you're a first-time buyer. If that's correct, let me know, and I'm going to give you some first-time buyer instructions, which I'm going to go ahead and say them anyway. Just in case we have anybody new watching, we have, if you're a first-time buyer, you need to send our page a message. That's this Facebook page, a message with your email address and your mailing address. Email address and mailing address. That is all we need to send you an invoice. This is the last sale of the week. What we do is we keep an open box for 1 week. And then we invoice. We do a big invoicing cycle. Hundreds and hundreds of invoices go out Sunday and Monday, and then we prepare your order, and then we ship it. So, $7 unlimited shipping. The cutoff is tonight at the end of the show. So when tonight's show's over with, we'll send you an invoice Sunday and Monday, $7 shipping. So the key is to buy as much as you can tonight. We're going to do some on-sale new vinyl, which is usually like blowouts. Like I hope I can empty some crates for y'all's sake and for my sake. We got some stuff that never ever gets put on sale and then probably wouldn't be here a year from now. So you might want to take advantage of the on-sale price tonight, because probably a year from now, when it normally would be on sale, there probably won't be any left, especially if a couple of these titles like Rush, they don't press anymore. Which is a big possibility. Some of these Rush titles may go back out of print for a while. Just saying. So, Gideon, hope you got all that. Thank you and welcome. Okay, Arm Lazelle was first to Steely Dan. That sold to Arm Lazelle. Paul Gill on the Waylon, but that was already claimed by Gideon. So Gideon got the Waylon. Paul, you were second. James Lee Farrell, you were second on Steely Dan. What label was Dylan? Times are changing in price. John Young, that's a 64 stereo. It's a VG copy, $39.99. Bob Dylan, the times they are changing. That was a VG. That is a 64 stereo. Okay. Chad, did I get Santana record? Thought I was on the list. Can we make sure at some point we check, see if Paul Brothers has a Santana Supernatural? And Ron Stoltz, I've already sold Yes Fragile. Somebody's already claimed that. The Cars is already sold too. Okay. Booker T and the MG Soul Limbo. Booker T and the MG Soul Limbo, VG minus, 1968 press, and the sleeve also has some issues, probably VG minus, $9.99. I'll probably do our first batch of 20% off stuff. I'll probably do that about 8 o'clock. He doesn't have one. So Paul Brothers needs a Santana. Is there a chance it hadn't been keyed in? Or okay. There was one left. There's one left now. There's one left now. Paul, there's a chance it hadn't been keyed into our system yet, but we're going to go ahead and tag you one just in case. And I have one Santana left as well. Okay, Booker T sold to Colin. Back to the crate. These are all new vintage arrivals, check condition. The Stovall Sisters is a VG Plus, $34.99. That's rare soul funk. The Stovall Sisters, VG Plus, $34.99. Never seen that before. I'm sure that's good. Robin Trower, Caravan to Midnight. That's a VG copy, $9.99. Arm Lozelle said pass on Steely Dan. Actually give that one to James Lee Farrell. He was second. So James Lee Farrell, you do get the Steely Dan. Arm Lozelle said he's going to pass. Elvis Spin Out. This is a 66 stereo. 66 stereo. VG Plus, $19.99. Elvis Presley Spin Out soundtrack. That's one of his many, many movies from the mid-60s. Colin Butler on the Stovall Sisters and Alvo Dabney on Robin Trower. Those are both sold. Let's do MC5, Back in the USA. That is a 1970, that should be OG, CTH press. That's a VG copy, $29.99. $29.99. That's MC5, Back in the USA, VG copy. Shelly Campbell, first on the Elvis Spin Out. I got a whole box of Elvis that we've never gone through before. We'll probably try to knock out tonight. Aztec Camera, it's about a half of a crate because we've already sold a lot of them here in the store. Yeah, it's about a half of a crate now. We're selling the heck out of Elvis albums. Aztec Camera is a VG Plus, $9.99. That is a promo Aztec Camera. Joe Cocker, Mad Dogs and Englishmen. Joe Cocker is a VG copy, $11.99. VG copy, $11.99. And the London Chuck Berry Sessions is a VG copy, $9.99. Wow, that was a great crate of new vintage arrivals. I'm going to run through those one more time. I got to step and get some auctions, but I'm going to wait and do that in just a second. I'm actually not drinking a Monster tonight. These things here actually will give you even more energy. It's called a V8 Plus Peach Mango. Man, I drink one of these and it's like, it's about like 5 cups of coffee, it feels like. Wow. They taste really good too. All right, let's go through those one more time. Gene Vincent's Greatest Hits, VG Plus, $11.99. Jammin' with Edward, VG copy, $11.99. REO Speedwagon, High Infidelity, VG copy, $9.99. The Little Stevie Wonder, Genius, VG copy, $19.99, 63 press. He was a genius. Steve Henry on MC5. Steve Henry on MC5. Jeff McMaster on Aztec Camera. Jeff McMaster on Aztec Camera. How much on Siamese Dream? I'm going to show those. Those are going to be on sale tonight. I'm going to show them because I have a feeling we're going to sell several, I hope, and then we might sell out. So I'm going to do some of the 20% off stuff in about a half hour. Otis Redding still available. This is a VG copy, $39.99. This is a 67 mono. Otis Redding, Dictionary of Soul. Cal Jader and Stan Getz, Sextet. VG copy, $39.99, 1958 mono red vinyl. Sleeve has some issues, but that is the 58 red vinyl. Steely Dan Gaucho, Babylon Sisters, VG Plus, $26.99. Hey 19s on that one. Modern Jazz Quartet, VG Plus, $19.99, Deep Groove mono. Johnny Cash at San Quentin, VG Plus, $21.99. Surprised no one got that. Rick Springfield, Comic Book Heroes, VG Plus, $11.99. Curtis Mayfield, his early years with the Impressions, VG Plus, $14.99. Any good rock tomorrow? Like I said, so right back here in the back, let me go ahead and show this one more time. That booth, which we used to have some merchandise in it, we cleaned it out because somebody's about to move in it. The comic book and toys. For those that come in here often, the comic books and toys are about to be in this booth to the left because we're about to close off most of the back room for storage and online operations. But that booth it's full of $1 records. They're going to add more to it tomorrow. And then, even if you don't find something in the dollar bins, we're still going to do 20% off if you can come to the store. Any of the vintage stuff in the back, which is a lot of new arrivals and new vinyl. So if you come here tomorrow, you're going to catch some deals. Even if it's not in the dollar stuff, you're going to catch some stuff 20% off. So, just so you know. Okay, we have a lot of offers going which way. Let me just pause and figure this out. Paul Gill, you offered 24 for Gaucho, and then I had somebody claim it, which is Kevin Doxey. So, Paul, you have dibs on that if you want it for $26.99. If not, it's sold to Kevin Doxey. So, we'll work that out. The next was Stephen Chesney. He wants the REO Speedwagon, High Infidelity. Calvin Ward offered 32 for the Otis Redding. Calvin, I'll do 35 on that. You should say yes. That's sold, or that's pending to Calvin Ward for $35. Hello, Todd. Mel Webster is going to get the Chuck Berry, which is the London Chuck Berry sessions. We can go ahead and tag that for Mel Webster. Calvin Ward wants the Curtis Mayfield. That's sold to Calvin Ward. And make sure there was nothing before that. There was David Plunkett offered $35 for the Jader and Getz with the rough cover. Sure, that's $5 off. That is a 58. I love those red vinyl fantasy pressings. That's sold to Dave Plunkett for $35. Let's go ahead and tag that. Was there anything before that? I don't think so. Paul Gill said he would take Gaucho at sticker price. And then we had Calvin Ward said he'd do $35 on Otis Redding. And then Steve Henry commented Joe, which is, I don't think there's a Joe left in here unless it's already sold. What was Joe, Steve? I got Rick Springfield, Johnny Cash, Modern Jazz Quartet, Stevie Wonder, Jammin' with Edward, and Gene Vincent. Continuing, recap on this first bin. Tom and Jerry's Rockets on the road again. That's a VG $29.99. It is autographed and it's a white label promo. Runt, the Ballad of Todd Rundgren. That's also a promo copy. VG plus $24.99. Paul Simon, VG plus $11.99. 72 Terre Haute OG. Return to Forever, Music Magic, and that's a that's VG plus $12.99. That is Chick Corea, of course, with Stanley Clarke, and that is mastered by Bernie Grumman. That's probably a really good sounding record. The Times They Are Changing, OG Dylan on stereo, VG $39.99. The Times They Are Changing. Joe Cocker, that was the next record. Joe Cocker sold to Steve Henry, and that was a VG copy, $12.99. Okay, so final call. I'm about to set up a crate of new vinyl, and we're going to do some recapping and maybe some stuff y'all hadn't seen in a while. And I've got 2 more crates of new arrivals, and I think they're in the back working on some stuff right now. Terry Westwood said RTF, Rick Spring, Return to Forever, and Rick Springfield for $20. Let me see what I got on those, Terry. If they were 12 and they were 13 and 12, I'll do both of those for $20. Let's go ahead and sell those for 10 and 10. All right, boy, well, you almost wiped out that first crate. That was a nice selection. Nice selection there. Luckily, we got 2 people helping us price records now throughout the day. So even if one is out, we should have new arrivals, especially with the quantity. I'm going to buy multiple collections this week. And like I've told people before, I've never went anywhere to buy a collection and not make a deal with somebody. And these collections consist of 5,000 LPs, approximately 10,000 LPs. And what was the other one? The other one's like 1,500, but it's all blues. Oh man, where's our blues buyers? How would y'all like to have some autographed Stevie Ray Vaughan records? Oh my gosh. Could y'all imagine the night we auction those off? Wow. Yeah. Man, this guy, he's got about 1,500 albums, and it's all blues and blues rock. I was like, oh my gosh, I've already got the plane ticket. Oh my gosh. I'm getting nervous thinking about it. And he's got 5,000 CDs, same kind of music, just blues rock. And I was like, well, I'll buy those too. So. Lots of fake. That's true. John Young's got a good point. There's a lot of fake Stevie Ray Vaughan signatures. Very true. So either I'll make sure they're 100% legitimate, or we'll have them authenticated before I sell them. So, okay, here we go. Fleetwood Mac's Greatest Hits, $31.99. Fleetwood Mac's Greatest Hits, $31.99. Haven't shown this in a while. 13 tracks of the classic Fleetwood Mac. Rhiannon, Don't Stop, Go Your Own Way, $31.99 for that. John Cougar Mellencamp, The Best That I Could, $44.99. $44.99. Autographs, let's say I had an autographed record. Let's say this was signed by Phil Collins. I was making sure he was on this one. Let's say this record was signed by Phil Collins. I would look at it and I would compare it to other Phil Collins authenticated signatures, if I think it's 100% real, I'm going to say, listen, this is real. I'm going to auction it. If you ever have it authenticated and it's not real, I'll give you your money back. If it's something really rare, so like if we do have a Stevie Ray Vaughan autograph, or let's say we get something by Paul McCartney or David Bowie, I'm probably going to go ahead and have it authenticated because that is something significant. But we've bought collections before where I've got legitimate photographs of like people getting stuff signed. And then we've had a lot of fakes. So what I do is I think it's legitimate. I send it to a lot of people, including John Young, who's an autograph collector, and a couple other people that I know. I have a couple other people look at it, and most of these autograph collectors, they'll say real or fake. They can tell just like that. And as y'all know, we've sold hundreds of autographs on here. We've sold hundreds of autographs on here like that. So I don't auction anything unless I know it's completely legitimate without a shadow of a doubt, like a criminal trial. Like not 51%, I'm talking about without a reasonable amount of proof that it's real. Otherwise, I'm not going to sell it. That's how we do autographs here. I actually got a ton. Nothing really mind-blowing, but I've got a lot of autographs, and most of them are legitimate. So, okay, let's go back to where I was. So, okay, so I had Fleetwood Mac's greatest hits, John Mellencamp's greatest hits, Genesis selling England by the pound, that is $28.99. The Forrest Gump soundtrack, $36.99. $36.99. That is the Forrest Gump soundtrack, $36.99. Iowa Slipknot, $36.99. Iowa Slipknot. That is limited edition translucent green vinyl, $36.99. That's true. Sometimes I sell autographs and I'm like, okay, this is signed, but I think it's fake. But I'll go ahead and auction it anyway. That way, I'm not saying it's real. There's a good chance it's fake. Like the one we had by John Prine, like Greg. I think Greg bought that. I was like, I think this is fake, but I don't know. You could get lucky. We just don't take a lot of time to send a lot of stuff off. Collector's Soul, Hints, Allegations, and Things Left Unsaid, $34.99. Todd Tipton wants a Slipknot Iowa. Slipknot is $36.99 if anybody else wants one of those. John Lee Hooker, self-titled, $28.99. The Wallflowers, 20th anniversary edition, The Wallflowers, Bringing Down the Horse, that is $34.99. Twisted Sister, $33.99. That's live in Donington on splatter vinyl. U2 Songs of Surrender, that's the indie exclusive white vinyl, $49.99. Alice in Chains Facelift, $36.99. Blackberry Smoke, Like an Arrow, $36.99. And The Cure Disintegration in Leipzig, Germany, 1990, $29.99. Todd Tipton on Iowa. I still have the Alan Parsons. Yes, I do. I still have the Alan Parsons, and Alan Case wants a Wallflowers. Alan Case on the Wallflowers. Todd Tipton on Alice in Chains. Todd, I've also got Dirt in stock, and anybody else that's interested, I've got Dirt in stock. Alan Case wants The Cure live in Leipzig. All right, let's go through those one more time. Let me move these single ones back here. We got several of Iowa Slipknot Iowa. I've got other Slipknot. I think I've got most of them except their first one. For some reason, that one's back out of stock. I can't get it, but the other ones I have in stock. Collector's Soul, $34.99. Last copy of John Lee Hooker. I had a few of those, so someone's bought some here in the store. $28.99. The Wallflowers, $34.99. John Lee Hooker, Twisted Sister, U2, Blackberry Smoke, Fleetwood Mac, John Mellencamp Greatest Hits, Genesis, and then the absolutely fantastic Forrest Gump. That's a 32-track. You might as well call it a 32-track rock history compilation. Joe Maynard, The Cure has already sold, but this is Disintegration live in Leipzig, $29.99. Let's see. We need to see, there's an Alan Parsons Project record over there in the P's. If we could pull that for David Johnson so he could see it. Chad, will you get a chance to get the box set of Jar of Flies next year for releases like Dirt? Yeah, if they put out a super duper deluxe box set for Jar of Flies, yes. I've got 4 Dirt box sets. I hadn't opened yet. They're behind the counter. I want to do an unboxing video, but I hadn't got to them. Okay, I think, Were these two he said we should auction or could auction?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I might just leave them in here, just because I'll just leave them in here. That's about right on them. We'll surprise some people. There's two records I was going to auction, but I just slipped them in right in the middle of the crate. So, Alan Case wants to Mellencamp. Jared wants a Slaughter, Stick It To You. Jared, I can put you on a wait list for that. We had some great titles I showed early, like as soon as we went live last night. We had some great titles that we sold early. And what did he just claim? Forrest Gump? Was that what that was? I lost my train of thought. No. Did somebody else claim Forrest Gump? Where did I see that at? I could have swore I saw Gump somewhere. Mellencamp. Okay, let me go through my comment. Or maybe there was something on here that wasn't over here. I thought I saw. Maybe not. Did somebody claim a Forrest Gump and it went away or something? And Mellencamp is sold to Alan Case, though. Jared Benoit on the Slaughter, Stick It To You waiting list. All right, new vintage arrivals. Here's the Alan Parsons Project, David. Limited edition colored heavyweight vinyl 3LP in yellow, blue, and red. All of the greatest hits of Alan Parsons live in Columbia. The Alan Parsons Symphonic Project, $54.99. You're at a concert. We're at like a drag racing. Friday and Saturday nights, you have all the teenagers here in Lebanon that think from like the interstate to the square is a drag racing strip. But they're teenagers, so what do you expect? Saturday night in Lebanon. It's like, let's see how fast we can go from red light to red light and how loud we can make our trucks. That is the challenge. Fresh Cream. This is a VG Plus $24.99. That is a 67 terahertz stereo, VG Plus $24.99. Fresh Cream, VG Plus $24.99. Fresh Cream, $24.99. Paloma Loca, VG Plus $14.99. We've hit another batch of some Mexican records. Dos Extios. I can't read the rest of it, but that is a VG Plus $14.99. Cream's debut album, Willie and the Red Rubber Band. Willie and the Red Rubber Band, VG Plus $14.99. And Todd Rundgren, Runt, VG Plus $19.99. So Jared on that. David Johnson says he will take the Alan Parsons Project. Excellent. That's sold to David Johnson. Thank you, David. Chad said, get off my lawn. Yeah, I really didn't do that kind of stuff in high school. I was running a business, so I guess I just don't understand it. But no complaints here. It's a Beautiful Day, VG Plus $9.99. It's a Beautiful Day, VG Plus $9.99. Bob Marley and the Wailers, Natty Dread. The sleeve is rough, somebody has noted on the back. Yeah, it's got a pretty beat up sleeve. The vinyl is EX, not bad, $14.99. Bob Marley, Natty Dread, $14.99. Natty Dread for Bob Marley. The Wall, VG copy, $44.99. This is a 79 US press. This is a 79 US press of Pink Floyd, The Wall, VG $44.99. Albert King, Live Wire, Blues Power, VG $24.99. It is a 68 US Stax pressing. The top seam is split. The vinyl is VG $24.99. Albert King, Live Wire. Boy, it's hard to find these blues records. Just Jimmy Reed. Just Jimmy Reed is a VG copy, $14.99. That is a 1962 mono. Just Jimmy Reed, VG $14.99. More Heavy Sounds. This is a cool compilation. This is a VG Plus, $9.99. Chicago, Taj Mahal. Janis Joplin's on here. Santana, The Byrds, Al Cooper. That's VG Plus, $9.99. The Bob Marley was EX, $14.99. Rough sleeve. Rough sleeve, $14.99. Stacy Metternich on the More Heavy Sounds comp. That's sold to Stacy Metternich. Ooh, Led Zeppelin. VG minus $29.99. 69 Monarch press. VG minus. But this is a 69 Monarch OG. This bad boy will play, but it is a VG minus. Well, it is a 69 though. Incredible. Imagine walking in your record store and knowing that dropped. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. Jake Rogers on Bob Marley. That's sold to Jake Rogers, and Michael Nath's going to take the Zeppelin. Sell that to Michael Nath. I couldn't imagine. You know, owning a record store now, I get to, new releases come out like by some bands I really like Metallica. Greta Van Fleet's got a new album coming out. They've dropped a track. I couldn't imagine around 68 to 72, all the fantastic music coming out just week after week. Just week after week. All like 69, you had Black Sabbath debut, Led Zeppelin debut, Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Just amazing. There is the label, and let's see if it has the inner sleeve. Uh-oh. It doesn't. No inner sleeve on that. Do you have 45s tonight? Yes. I probably can grab some stuff and put some on sale, actually. Stacy, it will definitely be a little bit later, but we can do that. Just remind me. Don't be afraid to ask again. VG Plus, $26.99 for Asia. Steely Dan. Asia or Asia. He says in a song like Asia, but I think a lot of people call that Asia. Classic Rock, the London Symphony Orchestra. I think we had Volume 2 last night. This is a VG Plus, $9.99. VG Plus, $9.99. Dave Plunkett, first on Steely Dan, Asia. Yeah, that's another era. Well, you got when metal started arising, like mid-'80s, late 80s, and then you all the music coming out in the early 90s. Wow. What a time to be alive. Unbelievable. The Super Hits Volume 5. I don't see Volume 5 as much. VG Plus, $9.99. Look, it even has Led Zeppelin's Whole Lotta Love. It's the abbreviated version. I have this. The Whole Lotta Love on here is abbreviated. It cuts out of all of Robert's moaning and groaning. It just cuts that part out. VG Plus, it goes right into the solo. VG Plus, $9.99. The Freewheelin' Bob Dylan. The Freewheelin' Bob Dylan. 63 stereo, VG Plus $54.99. VG Plus $54.99. Thanks. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Freewheelin' Bob Dylan, VG Plus $54.99. That is a 63 stereo. Box sets on sale. Actually, they're going to be. I had some people ask me. It looks like we sold one maybe in the store today. But yeah, I think I have some people wanting to cut some deals on some box sets. And I said, you know what? I've had some of these a while. We'll do some box sets on sale. So, Stacy Metternich, first on the Super Hits Volume 5. Mark Cunningham is first to Freewheelin'. Uh-oh, John, your buddy has beat you to it. But I will go ahead and do that for the sake of your curiosity. It should be, can you read the last two letters on the Dylan Dead Wax? This is XSM 58719-3AB. And this is XSM 5872-2H. Okay, we have, let's see. Okay, Black Sabbath, here's the other one. $59.99, VG Plus $59.99. 1970 U.S. Green Label, Santa Maria Press. Black Sabbath, VG Plus, $59.99. That's on the green Warner Brothers label. That is a 70 Santa Maria. Donica, never heard that name before, but Donica wrote, it's kind of camouflage, but Donica wrote their name on the cover there. But that is as OG as I can make it. That's sold to Joseph Felicetti. That's sold to Joseph. Jimmy Cliff, The Harder They Come. That's a VG 1999 mid-70s U.S. press. Jimmy Cliff. I Want to Hold Your Hand. Beatlemania, The Schoolboys. That's a VG $9.99. That is a 64 mono. Beatlemania, The Schoolboys. Volume 4. I didn't even get to read the tracks on the other ones. VG Plus $9.99. Aretha Franklin, Seesaw. That's a good one. Clarence Carter, Slip Away. Arthur Bell and the Drells. Arthur Brown doing Fire. Too Weak to Fight. Say a Little Prayer. Cream. White Room. Son of a Preacher Man. Wilson Pickett covering Hey Jude. And Bee Gees, I Started a Joke. Joseph is going to pass on the Sabbath. That's still available if anybody wants it. Jeff McMaster on JC. Jimmy Cliff was a VG copy, 1999. VG 1999. Robin Pruitt first to volume 4. Stacy said she already has it. Preston, you were second. The Pair Extraordinaire, recorded live. This is a VG Plus, $9.99. That is a 66 mono. The Pair Extraordinaire. Pretty Thing, Silk Torpedo, 1974 Presswell with original inner sleeve. That's a VG copy, $9.99. WQXI, Solid Gold. This is going to be a radio station compilation. VG copy, $9.99. The Winstons, Color Him Father. I like that one. Polk Salad Annie, Shocking Blue doing Venus. Tighter and Tighter. Great deep cut there by Alive and Kicking. Well, it was a hit, but you just don't hear it too often. You don't see their albums. Grazing in the Grass, The Animals. That's a good one. The Jacksons, Destiny, VG copy, $24.99. It's a promo, and it's a white label promo. Gold stamp, too. It's got 3 promo markings. That's a VG, $24.99. The Monkees Headquarters is a VG, $9.99, and that is a 67 mono. Condition on Black Sabbath. The vinyl actually isn't that bad. We went ahead and graded it VG+, and that was a conservative grade. When I first glanced at it, I thought they might mark it EX. They have cleaned it and said we need to call that a VG+, though. It does have some writing on the sleeve, and the cover overall, because of the writing, makes it a VG. But that is a 70 green, and that's a VG+, $59.99. Edward said sold. Robin Pruitt said sold on the gold. The gold compilation sold to Robin Pruitt. And where did I get to? The Monkees. The Wiz. The Wiz is a VG+, $9.99. The Wiz, VG+, $9.99. Janet Jackson, Miss You Much. Excuse me, Janet Jackson's a VG+, $9.99. The Beach Boys, Friends, VG, $39.99. 1968 Los Angeles, VG, $39.99. Aretha Franklin, I Never Loved a Man the Way I Love You. That is a mono, 67 Presswell. The album starts off with Respect. That's a VG+, $39.99. It's so hard to find these albums mint. VG+ is probably still on higher end of what they're graded. But, man, yeah. Sharks, or Sparks. Sharks. I'm about to say, I've never seen this Sparks album. It's Sharks. Backs Against the Wall. That's a VG+, $9.99. Edward Star Wars first on Aretha Franklin. Paul Brothers first on Janet Jackson. John, we just sold Aretha. That was $39.99. The Best of Buffalo Springfield, VG, $12.99. Of course, we all know For What It's Worth. Stop people, what's that sound? But my favorite song probably by Buffalo Springfield is Rock and Roll Woman. That's a VG copy, $12.99. E.T. soundtrack, that's VG condition, $9.99. It's got a little bit of a messed up cover too. I don't get that too often though. $9.99. Upton Sinclair on Buffalo. I think Upton's bought from us before. I just hadn't said that name in a while, right? We'll check on that. But Upton, if you're a first-time buyer, let me know. I think I've said that name before. Josh Ragland, you were second on Buffalo Springfield. Year on the Wiz. They didn't make any notes on that. I'm sure there was more than one pressing, but this looks like it's probably from 1978. That's probably a first or close to an OG, 78 on the Wiz. Who was first to E.T.? Preston Denny. Preston Denny first on E.T. Michael Mofield, you were third on Buffalo Springfield. Jeff next on E.T., then Robert, then Michael. And then Upton says he has bought from us before. Okay, thank you and welcome back. Michael says, can I see the back of Headquarters? Back of Headquarters. Yeah, wasn't there a picture of somebody omitted or something? What's the story on that? I forgot. Or is there not pictures on the back, or there is pictures? I forgot what that variation was. Shades of Grey, that's one of their hits. For Pete's sake. All right, AC/DC, for those about the rock. This is fine, but it has a warp, so that was contradicting. But this has like a 1% like minute. I'm talking, it's going to play fine. I guarantee this will play fine. I guarantee it. Chad's guarantee. Very clean copy, $24.99 for those about the rock. It's just got a light warp. The Cars Panorama, that's a VG copy, $9.99. The Cars Panorama. Roy Gallagher Deuce, VG, $19.99. Roy Gallagher Deuce, 1972 US. Gypsy, we sold one tonight. Here's the other one, In the Garden, VG Plus, $31.99. Mose Allison, I've been doing some thinking. That's a VG copy, $9.99. This is from that radio station. Really cool. I looked through some of these last night. That's why we have some more out. We got about, from this radio station collection, we probably still have 2,000 or 3,000 more that we've never went through. But where they were DJs handling them, they have all these notes about how to pronounce stuff. And I'm like, thank you. I'm not the only one. But there's one back there. It's a wild name, and they got all these notes wrote around it on how to pronounce it. Mose Allison, rhymes with nose. 1968, but that's notes for the radio DJ to be reading when they were showing it live. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Who asked about the Wiz? Kirk Fields, let me know if you want the Wiz. Then I can go back to everybody else's comments. Calvin Ward was first to AC/DC. Preston Denny was second. Joe Sloop first on Roy Gallagher. I hadn't seen that one before. Richard Baker on Gypsy. And David Plunkett on the Mose Allison. And last record in here is ZZ Top Tres Hombres. That's a VG Plus, $26.99. ZZ Top Tres Hombres, VG Plus, $26.99. All right, let's breeze to those one more time. Another great crate of new vintage arrivals. They just brought up another one. We got a whole nother crate to go through. And then there was one that was already up here. And as soon as we're done with this, I'm going to go ahead and set up our first bin of selected 20% off titles. These are really good sellers. We just have a lot of stock. I know some of y'all are long distance and you can't come to the store. So I thought, well, the 20% off was really for in-store shoppers. But as always, people want us to do it live. So what we do is I bring out some stuff and I'm like, okay, these are great titles. If you don't have one already, you better get one now. Last call on these though, before we put them away for the night. Cream is still available. That is 67 OG Terre Haute Stereo, VG Plus, $24.99. We have Palcoma Loca, VG Plus, $14.99. Paul Beck, just buckle up. Stand by. Charles Hans, we've already sold the Wiz. I was waiting for Kirk, Charles, we've already sold Natty Dread. Robin, I was waiting to see if Kirk wanted the Wiz. He said 8. Robin said 7. We can go ahead and sell that to Kirk for $8. He asked about that. I was just curious if he still wanted it. We'll go ahead and sell that for 8. So Cream, Paloma Loca, Willie and the Red Rubber Band. That's a VG Plus, $14.99. Todd Rundgren Runt, VG Plus, $19.99 on Todd. It's a Beautiful Day, VG Plus, $9.99. The Wall was VG, $44.99. Albert King, Live Wire Blues Power. That is a VG copy, $24.99. 1968 US Stacks. The top seam is split. That is 68. VG, $24.99. Just Jimmy Reed. Jimmy Reed is a VG copy, $14.99. 1962 mono. And Classic Rock with the London Symphony Orchestra. So, yeah, we showed Volume 2, I think, last night. This is by K-Tel. VG Plus, $9.99. Bohemian Rhapsody, Life on Mars, David Bowie, Whiter Shade of Pale, Whole Lot of Love, Paint It Black, Nights in White Satin, Loose in the Sky of Diamonds, Without You, I'm Not in Love, and Sailing. Wow, that's VG Plus. That's probably pretty cool to listen to. Okay, we sold that. Mark Cunningham wants to put back the Dylan. We have Todd Rundgren. Todd Rundgren was VG Plus, $19.99. VG Plus, $19.99. Joel Swaney. And Dave Plunkett needs to put back Mose Allison. Uh-oh, we're going backwards. We got to at least sell 2 out of this bin now just to go back to even. Jimmy Cliff, The Harder They Come. That's a VG, $19.99. Mid-70s US pressing. Mid-70s US pressing. Beatlemania, The Schoolboys. VG, $9.99. 64 mono. Alice Lowry, classic rock price. Alice, that was a VG Plus $9.99 if you want it. If not, Sherry Darnell does. That is between, that's your decision. If not, it goes to Sherry. Is that the Ampex label? And yes, this is on Ampex Records, VG Plus $19.99, original label. The Pair Extraordinaire, VG Plus $9.99. Pretty Thing Silk Torpedo, VG $9.99, 74 Presswell. The Jacksons Destiny, VG $24.99. Friends, the Beach Boys. This is a VG copy, $39.99. This is the 68 Los Angeles stereo press, and it does have this free dot etched into it, $39.99. Sharks is VG Plus $9.99. The Monkees Headquarters was a VG $9.99. The Cars VG $9.99, and ZZ Top was a VG Plus $26.99. Joel said he'll take the Todd Rundgren. We got the Mose Allison being put back. Then we had Philip Shoemaker 10 on Willie. Sell that to Philip Shoemaker for 10. Brittany Bragg, the Pretty Things I'll do for $8 if you want it. I'll do that for $8 if you want it. And Alice Lowry said Sherry Darnell can have the Monkees that's in here. Or no, can have the classic rock in there. And Joe Sloop on Monkees Headquarters. That's so to Joe Sloop. All right, and then Brittany, let me know if she said she does want that for $8. Okay, final call on this crate. ZZ Top, Cars, Sharks, Jacksons, Pair Extraordinaire, Beatlemania, Jimmy Cliff. Surprised Jimmy Cliff didn't sell. Then Jimmy Reed, or Albert King, or The Wall. It's a beautiful day, and we got a couple offers on these. Sell those to Terry Westwood, 20 and 10. Sold. Those are gone. Those are gone. Now, we still got, let me show these again. Mose Allison, VG, $9.99. Mose Allison, I've been doing some thinking. That's still available, VG, $9.99. And let me do some extra research on this Bob Dylan. I mean, I've got 2 people in the back who look up records all day, and they said this is a 63 stereo. So I'll double check that one to make sure what's going on. I mean, if we usually put a year on something, unless Discogs has got to screw up, then that's the year. And we spend a lot of time looking those up. So either they overlook something or there's some kind of mix-up. So we'll figure out what to do there. I just won't sell it until we know what we have there. Okay. Give me 1 second on these. Let me grab a bottle of water too. I feel like I'm about to do some talking. I like to talk though, especially if I'm naming off titles that are sold. Let me grab some water. My V8's got kind of warm. It's not too refreshing. Okay, the first title, I'm going to go ahead and tell you across the room. If you were in the shop today, you could have walked in and bought this. I feel like probably some people did because the Rush bin's looking a little thin. But I've got a handful of these. This is Rush Hemispheres. And if you want one, the on-sale price is $29.59. $29.59 for those. That is a on-sale price, Rush Hemispheres. That is $29.59. These are new and sealed. These are amazing pressings. These are absolutely incredible, actually. Most of these that's in these baggies are pressed at QRP, if they're in these real resealable baggies. And this is Rush Hemispheres, and the on-sale price is $29.59. New and sealed Rush Hemispheres. I've got them. I've got these. I've got a whole bin full, and then I've got a whole cubby full in the back. We probably have 100 of them in stock, so take advantage. This is really going to take a dent in them, and then they're all back ordered again right now, so we won't be able to reorder them if we needed to. So Tanner's going to start writing names. I'm going to go ahead and start calling them out. Then I'm probably going to pause whenever I run out and then go get more. That way we know exactly how many we've sold. Make sure we get everybody who claimed one, and also we make sure we don't oversell them, because we could sell out. I don't know. I may not have 100. I may be thinking about power windows. Okay. Let's see here. I got Dave Collins, and a little bit later he said, no, that was Paul Beck. Okay, so Dave Collins, Jimmy Hodgkins, Ron Duffield, Joe Barrios, and Calvin Ward. And let me adjust these. Don't want them slipping and sliding. I said Calvin Ward, so we have Keith Moyers. I'm going to start a new stack here. There's Keith Moyers. Paul Beck says he'll take 2 of them, actually. Joe Sloop wants 1. Michael Potts wants 1. The one I'm holding right here is Michael Potts. And then we got Alan Case and Jerry Wallace. Let me stop right there. Alan Case and Jerry Wallace. And I'm going to go grab another handful, because I'll probably show them again. People hop on and be like, hey, what was 20% off? And I'm like, well, we got 2 copies of Rush Hemispheres left. So Alan Case, I think, was the last one I named. Let me get some more. I might not have as many as I thought. I think I got power windows, and how many I got in this bin? I think I got 3 over here in the bin. I don't know how many. I hadn't scrolled to the bottom, but I don't know if we're going to have enough. We'll find out, though. Here's what I got left in this crate. Y'all can see the spines. Jerry Wallace was last, right? Yeah, Alan Case, Jerry Wallace. So we got Alvo Dabney. Alvo, I'm pulling you 1. I don't know if you can tell that or not. Richard Baker, Terry Westwood, and Sherry Darnell. Chip Hall. There's one for Chip. These are 180 gram. These are 180 gram. Mike McGinnis and Jeff H. Mike McGinnis and Jeff H. These are 180 gram. I'm not sure if I've heard anything by Rush. Oh my gosh. Is that what I just read? Not sure if I've heard anything by Rush. Oh my gosh. Okay, a good thing I had plenty. Okay, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I had a lot less than I thought. So I've got about 15 at the most left. I'm sure you've heard Tom Sawyer. You have heard Tom Sawyer. Kerry Gibb and Mel Webster wants 1. Uh-oh, now we're getting low stock. Rush is 20% off. Kerry Gibb and Mel Webster. These are probably, usually this means, and sometimes they've had the rights to this for a while, these are pressed at QRP, one of the best pressing facilities in the nation. Last one was Mel Webster. Okay, I checked Discogs to make sure I would be accurate with this being on sale to be a fair price. There's 2 different versions of this. There's 2 different versions of this you can find on Discogs, and the median to both of them are 78 and 79, which works out good because Siamese Dream, that's the normal price, 20% off makes it $79.99. So if you've been on the fence, I still sell these all the time at 100. $79.99, but I've got a bunch of them. I've got 4 or 5 here, 1, 2, 3. I've probably got 20 or 25 of them, and that is Siamese Dream, $79.99. And I checked both Discogs medians to see if where I was at. And of course, there's probably some people have them listed opened, you know, selling their used copies. But these are new and sealed. Siamese Dream. Those are $79.99. I brought 4 over here. I figured I'd sell at least 4. I didn't expect to sell out of this one, but there's 4. Rush, Eddie Bruce was they were $36.99. 20% off is $29.59. $29.59 on Rush Hemispheres, $29.59. Close to the heart. Josh, I promise you've heard a Rush song in your life. I would bet I don't think you could live without running across hearing some Rush song somewhere in your life. Paul Beck wants a Smashing Pumpkins, 20% off, $79.99. Eddie Bruce says he'll take 2 hemispheres. That was at the $29.59 price. Okay, I've got 3 Smashing Pumpkins that I thought I would sell. I brought over what I thought that I would sell here. So, Jared Benoit. By the way, Smashing Pumpkins, this has a couple Cherub Rock. Quiet is my favorite Smashing Pumpkins song. Somebody told me their favorite was Mayonnaise. Not bad. That is so to Jared Benoit. Okay, I've got plenty left, but there's 2 left here in the bin. Now, so I don't get Rush comments confused. If you want this one, please say, if you're going to claim it, put Power or Power Windows or Windows, and make sure if you comment Rush, you let me know. So this is Rush Power Windows, another one, $29.59. When this is one of the first ones that came back in stock when we were getting all these in. I was playing this album over and over and over. This is Power Windows. It's fantastic, and this sounds incredible. This sounds incredible. I can't speak more highly of the sound quality of this record. Rush Power Windows, $29.59. Okay, what do we have here? I listen to Rush every day. Me too. Jenny Pinnell wants a Hemispheres. Let me go ahead and pull that. $29.59 for Rush Hemispheres. If you want one of these, comment Hemispheres because I have those available. That's so to Jenny Pinnell. Ron Duffield wants a Power Windows. That's a 20% off price. Tracy Miller is going to go ahead and get a Siamese Dream. If anybody else wants those, $79.99. That's tonight only. That's tonight only. You hop on next Tuesday, they're going to be $99.99. Jerry Wallace on Power Windows. Calvin Ward on Power Windows. There's 2 more. Let's see. And Paul Beck wants 2 Power Windows. Austin Cauldron on Siamese Dream. Not sure I've heard Smashing Pumpkins. You've probably heard Cherub Rock or what's the other one on Melancholy? Butterfly, Wings. Those are the 2 biggest. Go listen to Cherub Rock. You've had to hear that some point on the radio. So Austin gets that one. There's the 4 I thought I would sell, but I've got about 20 more if anybody's interested. Maybe 10. Dave Collins. Did we get a Power Windows for Dave Collins? I don't know if I did or not. Let me set one aside just to make sure. So there's one for Dave Collins. There's one for Ed Nelson. I don't think I've called that yet either. Power Windows today. Rat in a Cage. I think that's the Butterfly song I'm thinking about. John Ambrosic wants a Hemispheres. John Ambrosic wants a Hemispheres. Trying to keep all these comments straight. That's John Ambrosic. And 1979. Yes, there you go. 1979. Chip Hall on Power Windows. Chip Hall on Power Windows. Okay, so the Power Windows I thought I was going to sell, we sold a lot more Hemispheres than I realized. I've got 4 copies of Power Windows left. 4 copies in this crate. I got plenty more. I've got a bunch of them, but I kind of pulled what I thought I would sell. Bob, I've got Siamese Dream for $79.99. Okay, I think things have settled down on Rush and Siamese Dream. If anybody wants a Siamese Dream, $79.99. Let me go ahead and bring 2 more over here just in case anybody hops on. They might ask and see that we're doing on sale stuff because I will still sell as many as you want at 20% off tonight only. Okay, this is another one of our best sellers recently, Pantera Cowboys from Hell. These were originally $34.99, so the on-sale price, after you times that by 0.8, is $27.99. $27.99 for Pantera Cowboys from Hell, and those are limited edition white and whiskey brown marble vinyl. White and whiskey brown marble vinyl, Pantera Cowboys from Hell, $27.99. And we've got those in stock tonight on sale, $27.99. I do have Melancholy. I do have all the exit stage left, or all. I don't have any more All the World's a Stage. I have exit stage left. Jim Engelman wants a Cowboys from Hell. That's 20% off. Mr. Bob Riger wants a Siamese Dream for $79.99. And we have Paul Beck getting 2 Panteras. Paul Beck on 2 Panteras. So what I've done is I said I was going to do some select titles, 20% off. Select titles, 20% off. And so this was the first 4 select titles, okay? I'll do some more select titles, 20% off. I'm kind of picking and choosing, but I feel like I'm picking out very popular stuff. I figured we'd sell a few more Panteras. Randy Scarborough says he'll take a Smashing Pumpkins. There's another one gone, $79.99. Do you ever come across Test for Echo or Roll the Bones? I wish. Those are probably the 2 most desirable Rush albums. The rumor is, and I'm not really putting it out there as legit 100% yet, but I'm already seeing some websites putting up pre-orders for a Rush catalog for June. So I don't really say anything unless I know the pre-order's up. Sam Hain wants a Pantera for $27.99. I never put them up unless I know for sure. So, and Jeff McMaster. Pantera comments coming in slightly delayed. Let's go through another bin of new vintage, and then I'll pull some more stuff. I don't want to eliminate all of our Rush. I got word we almost sold out of Hemispheres. Uh-oh, there's another claim. There's Jeff McMaster on Pantera. Hendry, we're getting low now on Hemispheres. I think I've got 6 left, maybe 5. There's Hendry. I have a feeling when these things are gone, I mean, they might ship me more next week, but I think these are going to be, if they truly are repressing the rest of the Rush catalog, then they're going to keep these off the presses. Especially as money as they just made, they're going to keep those off the press for a while. So, Chris Stapleton, I have his entire catalog. I've got all 4 of them. In stock. Okay. So, yeah, so on sale, I'll recap that in just a second. And then when I do that, we'll probably sell out of the Hemispheres. I still got power windows. Let's do some new vintage arrivals. Eric Smalley said he will do power windows. Eric Smalley on power windows. And that is $29.59. And I think he also wants Hemispheres. Eric Smalley on Rush Hemispheres. That is $29.59. I think I've got 4 copies of Hemispheres left. I'm going to predict those will be gone before we sign off tonight. It's only 8:18. Melancholy, Jared, how about you just stand by? I wasn't going to do that one on sale tonight. But if I feel like I can sell all of them, I will. But I might not put that one on sale. If you want one, I'll pull it for you. Not saying I'm not going to sell anything, but I'm not for sure if I really wanted to run that one on sale tonight. Let's see what this other bin. We got another bin of check condition. Wow, this is some great titles. MoFi doors? What the heck? All right, let's go through these. Wow. It's all check condition. Let's see what we have in here. Yes, I'll do some more 20% off. I've got a couple other titles, like right here. Right here's more Siamese Dreams. I've got these things kind of, I hadn't even had time for those. I got one Metallic album that I know for sure. So, the AIC Dirt box sets aren't for sale. That's something I bought through their website. I don't even have them unboxed. I bought 3 copies for myself. I'm going to look at them and then decide if I'm going to sell them through the store or not. But I don't actually have Dirt box sets. Those were not made available to the stores. That was a website exclusive. I bought 3 or 4. I think they limited me to 3. I was going to buy a bunch of them, but I still got those. Okay, new vintage arrivals. The Who Sellout. This is a VG copy, $16.99. The Who Sellout. VG copy, $16.99. Looks like an OG Deca pressing. There's some great, just like titles in here. You're about to see for yourself. 65 stereo, Bob Dylan Highway 61 revisited. Now let's check this label and see what we have here. $39.99. This one ends in 2F, and this one ends in 1C. Side 2 ends in 1C, but that is $39.99, a 65 stereo. And that is a VG, that's about a VG Plus. I think they left the grade off that one. That's about a VG Plus. These are all check condition. Gary Douglas, Under the Wire, that is sealed, $19.99. Gary Douglas, Under the Wire, that is KM 569 blend premium virgin vinyl audio file. That is sealed, $19.99. The Stax Volt Review, this is really cool, live in Paris. That's a VG copy, $14.99, 1967 Terre Haute. VG copy, $14.99. The Stax Volt Review. BG's Cucumber Castle is a VG copy, $19.99. 1970 US BG's Cucumber Castle. Just One More Good Time, Uncle Willard. EX, $11.99. Just One More Good Time. EX, $11.99. Doc Smith on Stax Volt Review. That's sold to Doc Smith. These are all new vintage arrivals. Sticker price. Going through them for the first time. Haven't had any auctions tonight. We had a couple things 20% off. Let me lay a couple things in the back in case anybody hops on. I'll do those on sale prices through tonight. And then if you, on select titles, we've done Rush and Rush, Smashing Pumpkins and Pantera. Next, I'll probably do, I don't know. I got to figure out what I want to do next. I know I'm for sure going to do one Rush title, and then I'll go to the back wall and I'll fill up a crate and bring it up here. That's for those people who didn't get to do the 20% off if you didn't get to shop in store today. Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run, VG Plus, $24.99. Born to Run, Bruce Springsteen, VG Plus, $24.99. Imagine, John Lennon, that's a VG minus, $14.99. John Lennon's Imagine. Thin Lizzy, Live and Dangerous, a VG copy, $16.99. They opened up the show with Jailbreak. VG, $16.99, Thin Lizzy, Live and Dangerous. This is $124.99. $124.99. This is VG Plus, 1981 MoFi. It has a non-fillable mark on side 1, and that's the only thing making it a VG. And the sleeve has a couple issues. It's kind of torn here, and I think that's it. So, yeah, it has this non-fillable mark right here. Wow, it's already sold. I didn't even look at the comments. Ron Anderson on the Doors. Ron Duffield on Thin Lizzy. I was so speechless as taking it all in. I don't think I've ever had that MoFi title before. And then Ivan Villavanicho on Imagine. Those three are all sold. Cheap Thrills, Big Brother and the Holden Company. VG Plus, $24.99. Original U.S. label. Original U.S. label. 2i. Janis Joplin. VG Plus, $24.99. Taj Mahal, Giant Step. That's a VG Plus, $21.99. The seams have some splitting. The vinyl's VG Plus, $21.99. Cheap Thrills, sold to Jeff McMaster. That's sold to Jeff McMaster. The Tom Tom Club. The Tom Tom Club is a VG copy, $12.99. $12.99 for Tom Tom Club. Brian Hummel on Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal, sold to Brian Hummel. James Bragg wants the Highway 61 revisited by Mr. Dillon. That's sold to James Bragg. And Patricia, you were second to the Holden Company. Let's see here. Let me slip in an on-sale deal while we're in the middle of this crate. Let me do some math here. Yeah, I've only got 4 of these left. I know Jared probably would buy one at sticker. What I'll do is say these are $20 off. These are $20 off. I've only got 4 left. I've sold a lot for $199.99. Melancholy, $179.99. Smashing Pumpkins, 4 LP box with 2 books featuring personal notes, photos, lyrics, and more. $179.99 for Smashing Pumpkins, Melancholy, and the Infinite Sadness. We're going to go ahead. Jared said he'd take one for $200. I'll go ahead and tell him $179.99, and maybe we can sell one more, and that would be worth it to me. If I could sell 2 of them tonight, that would be great. So I'll go ahead and sell him that one. That might be a great deal for him. He was going to buy it a sticker. He's going to get $20 off. Maybe we can sell one. I'd like to sell all 4 of them. That would be fantastic. Craig Johnson says he'll take one. There are no dumb questions here, Pete. You can ask whatever you want. A non-fillable mark, that is like a scuff. That means it's a mark on imagine a mark on the vinyl that you can't feel. So that's what we classify as a scuff. That means it's on the surface. Non-fillable. That's feelable. Maybe my accent is sounding like an I instead of an E. Feelable. F-E-E. Yes, feelable. Feelable. Not fillable. I guess you can feel it. It is fillable, but you wouldn't want to feel it. It's feelable. Feelable. Okay, so Jared got a Smashing Pumpkins, and so did Craig Johnson. Those are $179.99. Sorry, feelable. Feelable. I got a professor in college couldn't understand when I was saying oil. Oil. We were talking about Middle East. It was an international law class, and I said something about oil. We was talking about Kuwait or something. I said they went in to take the oil, and he said, take the what? Oil. And the whole class was like, Dr. Gunter, he's saying oil. And then he said, oh, oil. Oil. Gotcha. Me and him was good buddies, though. Everybody was like, oh, no, you've got Dr. Gunter. Just the name is intimidating, right? But he liked me. He would always call on me, too. Like, what do you think, Mr. Williams? You know, it was one of those discussion classes, international law. And I was like, well, they invaded Kuwait to take the oil. The what? So I'll never forget that. I wasn't embarrassed because, I was at Tennessee Tech, everybody's country. Humble Pie, VG Plus $49.99. Label does not say promo, but it is. Peter Frampton, of course. Humble Pie, VG Plus $49.99. Humble Pie, that is a promo label, even though it's not a promo label. That's Humble Pie self-titled. That is the Peter Frampton $49.99. Humble Pie. Led Zeppelin 2, VG Plus $59.99. VG Plus $59.99. 1969 U.S. Press. Not a Robert Ludwig. There'd probably be another 9 in there if it was a Robert Ludwig. Not a bad-looking copy, though. VG Plus $59.99. That is a 69 U.S. Press. Led Zeppelin 2. Somebody needs to get that. Okay, what else did I miss? Feelable. Paul Brothers also wants a Smashing Pumpkins. Tanner's already pulled that. We have sold 3 Melancholies, right? So we have 1 left. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we've sold 3. We got 1 Melancholy left for $179.99. Did I miss anything else? I don't think so. Okay, Jefferson Airplane, VG $14.99. This is a stereo press of Surlistic Pillow, VG. Somebody to Love. What a great song. And, of course, the tripped out White Rabbits on there. VG $14.99. Keith Moyers is going to get the Led Zeppelin. That's sold to Keith Moyers. Josh Ragland on Jefferson Airplane. Michael Nath was second. Goodbye Yellow Brick. Oh, this is a nice cover. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. The vinyl is a VG, though. $21.99. They've put some check marks back, it looks like, to their favorite songs. Funeral's a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding, Benny and the Jets, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Grace Seal, All the Young Girls Love Alice, and Saturday Night. That's the best songs on the album. VG $21.99. Boy, Grace Seal is fantastic. I consider that kind of a deep cut. And, of course, surely everybody knows All the Girls Love Alice. That's a good one. Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. Benny and the Jets. Come on. Funeral for a Friend and Love Lies Bleeding. That's epic. Well, they didn't put a check mark next to Candle in the Wind. They should have. Queen's Greatest Hits. There'd be check marks next to all these. VG copy, $14.99. VG copy, $14.99. Queen's Greatest Hits. And we have, oh my goodness, it's Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang. VG Plus, $24.99. Rapper's Delight. VG Plus, $24.99. Brittany Bragg, you were third on Jefferson Airplane. Did I miss a question? Does it make a big difference between a Pittman, Terre Haute, Santa Marie press, and they all sound about the same? You have to talk to some audiophile buffs about that. Some people can tell the difference. Humble Pie, sold to Paul Brothers. Paul Brothers on the Humble Pie. I missed Yellow Brick Road. Hold on a second. Sam Hain. Sam Hain on Elton John. Sam Hain on Elton John. Then we had Humble Pie. Patricia was second on Yellow Brick Road. Ed Nelson on Rapper's Delight. Sugar Hill to Jeff McMaster. He was second. Ivan was first on Queen. Anthony Hammonds, you were second. Craig, you were third on Sugar Hill Gang. And Jedit wants the Tom Tom Club. And Sam Hain. Sam Hain just bought a record. We don't have any Sam Hain records, though. I wish. We did the other night, some unofficials. Volunteers, Jefferson Airplane. Most of those Sam Hain records have never even been released, though. Jefferson Airplane, Volunteers, Volunteers of America. EX copy, $24.99. Volunteers, that's an EX copy, $24.99. The Dominatrix, Sleeps Tonight. VG Plus, $19.99. And Bob Dylan, Bringing It All Back Home. I'm always curious his records here. He's got some cool music, it looks like. I see Robert Johnson and the Impressions. That's a 65 mono, VG Plus, $69.99. 65 mono, $69.99, VG Plus. Let's see here. Chad, great sale this morning. The guys were working hard. Yes, great help this week to make these sales go on. We've had a great sidewalk sale. I said it earlier. By the end of the day tomorrow, since we're doing another day, we've sold over 5,000 $1 records. I don't know if y'all saw the pictures. The pictures I posted, they said that's what it looked like when it was slow. We sold over 5,000 $1 records in the last 2 days. And we'll sell more tomorrow. But yes, we got Paul, we got John, and Doug's first name's Richard, so we got 2/3 of the Beatles working here. Tanner, did I already say Paul, John, and Ed? Seth, Jake. A lot of people make all that happen. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I usually am. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Soul to Soul, is an EX Plus, $59.99. EX Plus, $59.99. Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble, Soul to Soul. That is EX, $59.99. Soul to Soul. Michael Jackson, Off the Wall. That's a VG copy, $21.99. The Doors, Absolutely Live, is a VG Plus, $34.99. We auctioned one of these the other night. It was on the repress label. That is, I think, more close to the original label. That's VG Plus, $34.99. And Muddy Mississippi Waters Live, $24.99. And he didn't make any condition notes on this, but it does look nice. Maybe it's not a check edition. I'll call it VG Plus, and I don't think it is. And that's an original 79 release, $24.99. Okay, make sure I didn't miss anything there. Sorry, I'm getting distracted a couple times telling some stories and saying thank yous. James Bragg is first to Bob Dylan. That's so to James Bragg. Let's see. Steve Carmichael on Michael Jackson. And let's see. Michael Nath on Muddy Waters. Ed Nelson second. Kevin Willis third. Now we've got Led Zeppelin 3. That's a 77 U.S. press. VG Plus, $29.99. And The Empire Strikes Back. Wow. That is VG, $26.99. They say that's the best of all the Star Wars movies, critically acclaimed. You know, I guess Empire Strikes Back, $26.99. That's the original motion picture soundtrack. Sorry, I'm taking a drink of water. I greatly need it. Ron Stoltz is on Led Zeppelin 3. Ron Stoltz is on Led Zeppelin 3. Jeff Johnson on Star Wars. And let's go through these one more time, and then I'm going to go. You might have to give me 30 seconds to go pull the other titles I want to do 20% off. I'm going to recap the ones I've already shown, and then I'm going to go pull at least 3 or 4 more titles. I'll do 20% off, and we'll we might do a box set that I've got a lot of stock of too. So, okay, let's go through these one more time. But y'all are knocking out the vintage. Of course, we've had some great titles tonight. We have the Who Sellout VG 1699, the Who Sellout. Gary Douglas Under the Wire. That's a sealed copy, sealed for $19.99. BG's Cucumber Castle, VG $9.99. That's a 1970 US. Uncle Willard 90 proof, just one more time, EX $11.99. Bruce Springsteen Born to Run, VG Plus $24.99. Volunteers Jefferson Airplane, EX $24.99. Domin, somebody told me how to, they gave me the phonics for that, but I've been calling it Dominatrix. Sleeps Tonight, VG Plus $19.99. Stevie Ray Vaughan is still available, Soul to Soul. That's EX Plus $59.99. And then The Doors live. We got on the discussion about his pants the other night. VG Plus $34.99. Okay, we just walked in the door after a 5-hour drive to Coletco. Jesse, thanks for making the trip. John and Ed told me there was a lot of people here today that traveled some distances. So thanks for everybody who's drove all day to get here, bought records all day at the store, and now drove all the way back home, and now you're probably sitting on your couch buying more records from us. We appreciate that. So thanks, everybody. I was telling everybody, like, hey, you pack up and make the trip here. Go ahead and leave. Some people was like, it's too far. I was sending them links to Southwest. One guy says, I don't fly. I sent him a link to Greyhound Bus, Uber. I was like, you need to get here. Stuff is cheap. Let's see. Alan Hevelone wants this record here, unless he's telling me how to pronounce it. So that is sold to Alan. I think Fred was second, making an offer. Kevin was third. Terry, I'm going to sell you Born to Run for $20. And Darren Meyer, I'm going to sell you The Doors for $30. And Alan said he was claiming it. Sleeps Tonight. I'll have to listen to that. Jeff, I've already sold The Doors. That leaves Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jefferson Airplane, Uncle Willard, Bee Gees, Gary Douglas, and The Who. Rob's in the Netherlands. Rob, if you would have showed up from the Netherlands, I probably would have went live just to show everybody that you're here from the Netherlands. That would be probably our longest distance customer of all time. Let's see. Okay, let's do Don't Go Anywhere. When I come back up, I'm going to have some on sale 20% off stuff. I'm going to go pick out some of our overstock, and let me go do that, and then I'll recap some of the stuff we have left. I think y'all are going to like some of these, though. I think y'all are going to like some of these. Okay. Really just doing stuff we have a lot of stock of, which the more I kind of look around, some of these we don't. But I am pulling another Rush title, okay? I am going to pull another Rush title. I promised a Metallica, so y'all know that's coming. And let me go ahead and pull this title here. Boy, we're getting low on those. I think I'll pass on that one. I'm not going to make that one a select title. I'll let y'all know what that was in just a second. And then I'll recap what we've got left. I do have one Smashing Pumpkins Melancholy, and then I'll show the Siamese Dreams in just a second. Okay. All right. I've got plenty. They're on the back wall. Okay. So a couple new 20% off titles. This is stuff that we have that probably shouldn't be on sale, but I've got several of them, and they've sold really well. Here we go. Lynch Mob Rebel. Lynch Mob Rebel. I should have got the price first. That should be, yeah, $23.99. 20% off. 20% off Lynch Mob Rebel. Lynch Mob Rebel. That's on red marbled vinyl. 20% off makes those $23.99. $23.99. Originally $29.99. That's Lynch Mob Rebel. That is new and sealed, red marbled vinyl. That's the on sale price. How many did I grab? 2, 4. I grabbed 6 of them. Let's see if we can sell 6 of those. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything while I went to the back. Philip Shoemaker offered $8 for Uncle Willard. Philip, let me figure out where that one is. $11.99. Go ahead and sell that to Philip for $8. Philip Shoemaker, Uncle Willard sold you for $8. Let's see here. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Will there be any more vintage? Yes, I got a whole new crate. I got a whole new crate to show you. New arrivals. Then we'll do on sale stuff. Let's see here. Ryan Bannon, first the Lynch Mob, and that's 20% off, which is $23.99. And Paul Beck said he'll take 2 of them. I've got 3 left in here. Okay, next is, let me make sure, okay, let me take this is the same price. 20% off makes this $23.99. Metallica Kill 'Em All, $23.99. Remastered. The album that started it all. Good stuff on here, $23.99. My favorites are Hit the Lights and Jump in the Fire. Of course, you've probably heard of Seek and Destroy and Whiplash. That is $23.99 for Metallica Kill 'Em All. That's 20% off, new and sealed. How many of those did I grab? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 of those up here. Hopefully I can sell more. I've probably got 20 or 30. Metallica, let's sell one to Craig Thomas. Dan Triaga wants one. Ken Crooker wants one. John Miller wants one. And Kevin Huffman wants one. Those are all sold. $23.99. Metallica Kill 'Em All. Did I say Robin Pruitt? I don't know if I did or not. There's one for Paul Beck as well. I can't remember if I counted Robin out or not originally. I usually pause and then do it all at once because I always forget and skip somebody. Let's see. Should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should be 7 in there. And yeah, there's one left in the crate. So yeah. Okay. Those are all sold. I called one, but it never showed up. Mitchell Thomas. Mitchell Thomas. So Mitchell also wants one as well. Okay, there's one for Mitchell Thomas. Yeah, if you don't see it pop up over here on the screen, if you don't see it pop up over here, then I'm not seeing it because I can't see the Facebook chat and I cannot see the YouTube chat. So make sure your comment shows up embedded here on the screen. All right, let me take a peek at that. You may have already seen the title, but the on sale price for this after 20% off will be $35.99. $35.99. That's Black Sabbath Past Lives. That's a live compilation. I think it's stuff they recorded for like TV broadcasts. It's got a weird history, but this is OG Black Sabbath live. OG Black Sabbath live. That is $35.99. $35.99. Black Sabbath, and Black Sabbath. I've got 4, and I may have maybe one more, but those were originally $44.99. The on sale price is $35.99. That's Black Sabbath Past Lives. There's one for Darren. Brian says he took that pre-workout and might take it out our drive. Well, you'll be up for a while if you take those. Now, this next title was heavily allocated. We had a huge waiting list. Then I had it back ordered at 3 different distributors, maybe 4. And then they all came in at once. And I've got this just crazy amount of these in stock. We're still selling them, but I'm going to try to go ahead and thin some out. If you don't have one already, even if you're not real familiar with the title, you might want to go ahead and grab it because it's a great album. And they are limited. I think maybe when they're done with these, they might be done like most music on vinyl. First, let's go ahead and pull Michael Nath, Black Sabbath. That was 20% off. These at 20% off will be $10 off, and that's Days of the New, $39.99. I think I've got 50 or 60 of these probably. That's my guess. $39.99 for Days of the New, music on vinyl. That's 2 LP, available on vinyl for the first time. U.S. Certified Platinum, 1997 debut, featuring the #1 Billboard Hot mainstream rock chart singles, Touch, Pill, and Stand. That's $39.99. Those are Days of the New. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I figured we could sell 5 or 7 of those. And the next Rush title, also on sale, which will be $10 off, Exit Stage Left. I don't have a lot of these, but I've got at least a whole bin full over there. And I've got more on the back wall. So I grabbed 4 or 5. Let's see if anybody wants a Rush Exit Stage Left tonight, and tonight only, until maybe later in the year, like Black Friday or something. These Rush titles, unless Tennessee football does something between now, unless we beat Alabama again at home or there, another miracle happens, then we'll do some kind of crazy sale. But tonight, some of these titles will be the only night they'll be on sale. I think y'all know that by now. Scott Beebe wants a Days of the New. Sell that to Scott. Days of the New sold to Scott. Lynch Mob is on red vinyl, Fred Carnell. Lynch Mob's on red vinyl. Grant Peltzer wants Rush. The 20% off price, 20% off of $49 makes it $39. There is one for Grant Peltzer. There's one for Scott Beebe. How much was the Black Sabbath? The on sale price is $35.99. $35.99. John Ambrosic wants an Exit Stage Left. So does Joe Barrios. And Alvo Dabney wants a Days of the New. There's a Day of the New. And let's go. We need some more Exit Stage Left. The Days of the New on sale price is $39.99. Let me go get a couple more Exit Stage Left, just in case somebody hops on later and do that. Yes, I got to put up a pre-order for Winger. They're reissuing Winger Pull. And they're reissuing, I guess, another Winger album, too. Let me grab 3 more Exit Stage Left. Let me look at anything over here that I've got multiple copies of that I really want to discount. I hate to on these. Such a great, important album for us to keep in stock, so I'm going to wait on that one. I might bring it over in just a second. Okay, so... we didn't pull Alvo Dabney's. There's Alvo Dabney's Exit Stage Left. Scott, I will be posting that in the group. Charles Hans, the Day of the New is $39.99. Paul Beck wants 2 Rush. Well, that just swapped off the ones I brought over here. Rush is $39.99. Days of the New is $39.99. Fred Carnell on Black Sabbath. Fred Carnell on Black Sabbath. And we need more Rush for Brent McKinney. Let me go grab 3 more. That way I have one for him, and I think this bin is going to get emptied now, which is okay. Well, yeah, that's going to empty that one. But I think I know I have more on the back wall. I hope I do. All right. Then I'm going to put back into this crate everything that's left from the 20% off titles I'm doing tonight. Then I got a whole nother crate of new vintage, okay? Busy night. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. So there's one for Brent McKinney. And Grace Under Pressure. I don't have any of those. I don't know what's up with that one, but I can't get many of those. We only got like 5 in. I have this huge waiting list too. All right, let me put all the new stuff so far that's been on sale. I don't think we've sold out of anything yet. We technically hadn't sold out of anything yet. That tells you how much copies of some of these that I actually had. So let's run through these one more time. I'm going to tell you the on-sale prices. If you missed the first batch, here's a recap of this bin and then what was left from the first time. Lynch Mob was 20% off, which made that $23.99. $23.99. That's Lynch Mob Rebel. That is on red marbled vinyl, $23.99. Red marbled vinyl, $23.99. These are all new and sealed. That's the 20% off price. Black Sabbath. This is my last 2. I know I got all the ones off the wall. I think I see one in the Black Sabbath bin. Yep, based on the spine from across the room. 2 left, $35.99. That's Black Sabbath. That's like it's all live. It's all live with Ozzy. Fred Carnell and Lynch Mob. That's $23.99. 2 Black Sabbaths left. Days of the New was $10 off. Days of the New was $10 off, and that was $39.99. I've sold a lot for $44.99, the original price, and then there was a price increase. They're stickered at $49, so that's $10 off the current sticker price at $39.99. Jared McLaughlin also wants a Lynch Mob. Martin Pryor wants a Black Sabbath. 1 left, and then we can say those are gone. until we take a waiting list, but that won't be an on-sale price waiting list. So essentially, Black Sabbaths are gone. I do have Rush still left, Exit Stage left. That is $39.99. Keep in mind, that's a 2LP Rush Exit Stage left. $10 off on that. I sold several Siamese Dream. I've got 4 left. And the on-sale price is $79.99. $79.99, Siamese Dream. I've got 4 more here in this bin. Then, from the first batch, we had Pantera, Cowboys from Hell. Pantera, Cowboys from Hell. And the on-sale price for that was $27.99. $27.99. That was the white and whiskey brown marbled vinyl. $27.99. Edward Star Wars on Exit Stage left. That's sold to Edward. Now, the first Rush bin, the second Rush title from the first batch was Power Windows. And these were 20% off of the $36.99, I think was $29.59. And yes, $29.59 for Power Windows. If you want this one, please comment Power Windows because I'm about to show another Rush. And we just had a Rush before that. So this one, comment Power Windows. Power Windows. That is $36.99 original, $29.59 tonight. Ryan Bannon on Pantera. Ryan Bannon on Pantera. I've got plenty of those left. And then probably the biggest seller of the night was Hemispheres. We've probably sold the most of on-sale Hemispheres. Same price as the other one, $29.59. $29.59 for Rush Hemispheres. $29.59. Okay, we're doing a random spring cleaning sale this weekend, making room for back room renovation. So really didn't anticipate doing a lot of new vinyl on sale, but we usually do it here online just to match everybody else that can't make it to the in-store sale. Let me see what we have here. I got a whole new crate of new vintage arrivals. Let's go through those. I got a whole new crate of vintage arrivals. Let's go through those right now. Okay. Is there a rush on Rush? There always is. Scott Beebe wants a Power Windows. The on-sale price for that was $29.59. You should have seen when we got some of these first back in stock at full price. I said it would be a special occasion for those to be on sale. So, all right, new vintage arrivals. Let's see what we have here. Let me go to the back and see if I can find some Japanese auctions. So give me 15 seconds, quick commercial break. See if I can find, I know I have a crate back here. We'll slash some starting prices and get these so low that you have to buy them. Right, Tanner? So low that you have to buy them. Let's start with 2 good albums, in my opinion. Don Henley, Building the Perfect Beast. This is going to be a $30 start. Don Henley, Building the Perfect Beast. Japanese pressing, Don Henley of the Eagles. Great album. His hit song on here, Boys of Summer. Very nice copy. Near mint, pristine vinyl, Japanese insert, and cover with Obi. $30 start. $30 start on Don Henley. And Mr. Welcome to the Real World. $30 start. $30 start. Mr. Welcome to the Real World. Another one. Lots of hits on here, including Broken Wings. 2 Japanese inserts, really nice cover and Obi. $30 start on Mr. Don Henley and Mr. $30 starts. There is some Pinkertons left. Let me see. Pinkerton. Weezer Pinkerton, $36.99. Weezer Pinkerton is $36.99 if you want one, Nick Baggeron. And we have bids on Don Henley, 30 and 31. Mr. Mister's $30 start. New vintage arrivals. We have Dave Mason, Headkeeper. These are not check condition, so this is the first batch actually of the night that are all EX Plus. These will be all EX Plus to near mint minus. Dave Mason, Headkeeper, $11.99. Nick Bagaron says he'll take Pinkerton. That's sold to him. Steppenwolf Gold. This is Steppenwolf's greatest hits, $19.99. This one's kind of odd. It opens from the bottom. There went Drag Racer number 12 of the night. Steppenwolf Gold. Power Slide, not Power Glide, $9.99. This contains new riders of the Purple Sage members. Or actually, I think that is a new riders. Yeah, it's new riders of the Purple Sage. That's who it is. Power Glide, $9.99. John Ambrosic on Dave Mason. We got Steppenwolf, Power Glide. Don Henley's at 33. The Incredible Jimmy Smith, got my mojo working. That's a mono press, $9.99 for Jimmy Smith, $9.99. Diana Reeves, I Remember. That's on Blue Note in shrink wrap. Diana Reeves is $16.99, and that is a 1991 first press. That is a 1991 first press Diana Reeves, $16.99. Pearl Bailey, Naughty But Nice. Pearl Bailey is $14.99, Naughty But Nice. $11.99. I have somebody I know who collects these covers. They collect this artwork. This is Suite for Violin and Jazz Piano. And that's $11.99. The art is done by who? Right here, Roger Hyson. I went and bought a guy's collection. He had all kinds of this artwork hanging on the wall. $11.99. Time and Charges, the Buckinghams, Time and Charges. That is EX, $9.99. And Third World, All the Way Strong, $9.99. Okay, so Don Henley's at 33 with Joe Maynard. Then we had Colin Butler first on Jimmy Smith. Don Henley, 34 with Kevin Willis. Michael Nath, you were second to Jimmy Smith. Mike Cochran first on Power Glide. Doc Smith on the Diana Reeves. Anthony Smith on Suite for Violin. That's sold to Anthony Smith. Jeff McMaster on Third World. Alan, you were second. Craig was third. And Doc, you were fourth with your question. If you buy anything tonight, you'll be invoiced on either Sunday or Monday. Excuse me if you can hear me drinking water. It's essential to survival. Although I know some people who don't drink water at all. And I'm like, man, I would literally, I'd die. I don't know how some people don't do that. Don Henley is at 34 with Kevin Willis. All right. We have Mr. Mister, Welcome to the Real World. That's a $30 start. Mr. Mister, Welcome to the Real World. Casino Lights. That sounds cool. I love casinos. $9.99. Casino Lights. David Sanborn, Al Jarreau. The Yellow Jackets, Randy Crawford. $9.99. Casino Lights. Billy Preston, $14.99. Billy Preston, $14.99. Jerry Blavitt for Dancers Only. Jerry Blavitt presents. Recorded live at Ches Vu and Wagner's. That is sealed, unopened. $14.99. It's never been opened. Aretha Franklin. This is EX, $14.99. It's a 1973 specialty pressing. The bottom of the cover has some damage, and that is $14.99. That's one I don't see too often by Aretha. Looks like a beautiful copy other than the damage at the bottom. Jeff McMaster on BP and on JB. So BP and JB both sold to Jeff McMaster. Joe's out on Don Henley, so Kevin Willis, you have that for $34. That's going twice, going 3 times. D.D. Bridgewater, another naked cover. I think we had that the other night, though. 1978 specialty pressing, $19.99. That's D.D. Bridgewater, Just Family, $19.99. Natalie Cole, Everlasting, $9.99. Alan, first on D.D. Bridgewater. Alan Hevalone, so do Alan. Cumbayas, Los Nortrenos de Nuevo Laredo. Now that's a cool van. I don't care who you are. That is $9.99. The Adventures, $11.99. Gold stamp promo on the back. Danny Wild, gold stamp promo, $9.99. Don Everly, Sunset Towers, EX, $9.99. Don Everly. And this is the incredible, The Innocents. The Innocents. The Innocents is $11.99. Mono. Colin Butler on Combias. Sam Haynes at 30 on Mr. Mister. I was about to make it a buy now, so let me do that as a final call. Actually, as I'm wrapping up, Colin said never mind on this one. As I'm wrapping up Don Henley here, I'm going to go ahead and sell Sam Hain for $30, or Mr. Mister to Sam Hain for $30, and because no one else has bid. So if you want in on that, hopefully your connection is fast, because I'm about to say that is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sold to Sam Hain for $30. So those are both sold. Kevin Willis, Sam Hain got those 2 auctions. Let me see what else I got. We might do a double. We might do a double pair on. Let's do a double pair on some Air Supply. Air Supply is going to be a $25 start. You're buying 2. You're buying Air Supply Now and Forever, and Air Supply the one that you love. Both are near mint and pristine Japanese pressings. Both of those for a $25 start. Air Supply, $25 start. And we have Vandenberg Heading for a Storm. Vandenberg is going to be a $25 start. Vandenberg Heading for a Storm, $25 start. $25 start on that. I will entertain offers perhaps when this crate is done, but just hold that until we get done with this. Do you have any classical? Vivaldi? We've got thousands of them in the back. I just never know what to put out. But they're going to start working on some of that because they're not in crates. We got them in big boxes. And yeah, it's just we got to figure out how to work those things out. We got a classical collection. It's incredible. At least 5 or 10,000 back there. I know that's a big estimate, but it's amazing how much space they take up in the back room. Air Supply, 25. Terry Westwood also bid 25, and so did Jeremy Dalton. Charlie DeFrank wants to see the Innocence label. Here is a peek at the Innocence label. It's on Kama Sutra, and boy, that looks unplayed. That's a very nice looking copy. Air Supply is now at 27. Where did I get to? Right here. Dave Mason, that is on the marbled vinyl. $34.99. That is on the marbled vinyl. If you need to know what that looks like, let me know. Chris Ferrara. Chris Ferrara on the Combias. That's sold to Chris Ferrara. Charlie DeFrank has said he sold on the Innocence. That's sold to Charlie DeFrank. Richard Baker first on the Dave Mason. We have Grant Peltzer, $30 on Air Supply. John Ambrosic, you were second on Dave Mason. The Skyliners, $9.99 for the Skyliners. Paris is 70s Hard Rock with Bob Welch, $14.99. Paris is $14.99. Bob Welch is in there. Pearl Bailey, all about good little girls and bad little boys. Pearl Bailey's in Shrink. It's a 63 mono EX, $9.99. Pronounced Cumbiaz. Cumbiaz, Craig, thank you. Ronnie Montrose, Open Fire, $14.99 for Montrose, $14.99. We have Crisscross, totally crossed out. Crisscross is EX, $34.99. Does this have what's man, what is? I don't think it's on here. Jump is the hit. I guess it is, yeah. Jump. What is the... Is that the boom? There it is. What's the song on Elf and he's listening to it down in the mailroom? I'm pretty sure that's Crisscross, isn't it? Okay. Let's see here. Apple Music. Days of the New is fantastic. Do you want to buy one? They're $39.99. On sale tonight only. Robin Pruitt on Pearl Bailey. Usually we sell Days of the New after people go and listen to it. They go and stream it and they're like, okay, I got to have a copy. Robin Pruitt on Pearl Bailey. That's sold to Robin Pruitt. There was something before that. JD created a monster. You got me listening to anything Rush, although I don't know why I didn't before. There you go. Let's see. Where did I get to? Robin Pruitt got Pearl Bailey. Jeff McMaster was first on Crisscross. Matthew Christ was second. Scott Smith first on Ronnie Montrose. Josh Jump. Yeah, y'all knew what I was looking for. Jump. Whoop, there it is. That's it. Yeah. Well, that's tag team. So that's not the same thing. Okay. Dan Triaga wants a Days of the New. And did you see a Dave Mason on your feed? I don't think so. The Dave Masons, let me make sure here. The two claims for Dave Mason was Richard Baker and John Ambrosic. Jeff, yours didn't come through. Okay. Let me make sure I'm doing all this right here. Okay, Grant Peltzer is 30 on Air Supply. We had a flurry. I don't know what my brain is crisscrossed right now. Days of the New. I knew I was missing something. Grant Peltzer's at 30 on Air Supply. Grant Peltzer's at 30 on Air Supply. That's for both of them. That's a final call to Grant Peltzer. Vandenberg is, I'm looking for a $25 start. Then Dan Triaga wanted a Days of the New. And so does Kevin Willis. And those are on sale tonight. $10 off, $39.99. Days of the New. I'm going to pull two more copies. There's one, there's another. These are $39.99. Days of the New. First time ever on vinyl was when this was pressed. Put Montrose back for someone I did not want or claim that. I did not tag you for Montrose. That was Scott Smith. I said Scott Smith and you thought I said Doc Smith. Jeremy Dalton's at 31 on Air Supply. Continuing. Billy Cobham, A Funky Thide of Sings, something like that. John Schofield, $14.99. Somebody made a note in the back. This is greatly underrated. $14.99. Billy Cobham, greatly underrated. The Family Who Prays, the Louvin Brothers. The Louvin Brothers. This is a mid-70s press. $14.99 for the Louvin Brothers. Elvis Costello, never seen that before. Armed and Dangerous. Elvis Costello, $39.99. Is this an unofficial? I don't know. $39.99 for Elvis Costello, Armed and Dangerous. Keith Sykes, It Don't Hurt to Flirt. Keith Sykes is $9.99. Kinetic Discord. Where is Mike Massey? This is $19.99. It's a 2018 purple vinyl pressing. Kinetic Discord, $19.99. Ooh, that's cool looking. Elvis Costello live at the El Macombo. And that is $79.99. It's a 1978 Canadian press. It's a white label promo. Now that's cool. Just the cover and what's going on here. White label Canadian, $79.99. Wow. Okay, so Air Supply, we had 31 with Jeremy. Grant's right back in at 35. Brad Moore was the first one to Billy Cobham. That sold to Brad Moore. Doc Smith was second. Allen was third. Let's see. Kevin Willis was fourth. Gary Samuels first on the Louvin Brothers. Edward Star Wars was second. Jeff McMaster first on Keith Sykes. That sold to Jeff McMaster. Robin Pruitt on Kinetic Discord. That sold to Robin Pruitt. This Elvis Costello is unofficial. James Bragg was second on Kinetic Discord. James Rayner third. Russell S. wants the Elvis Costello Macombo. That's sold to Russell S. And we have Elvis in Concert. $19.99 for Elvis in Concert. Jeremy's back in on Air Supply at $36. I'm going to go ahead and make this a buy it now if anybody wants Vandenberg for $25. Pristine. That's where I've heard that recently. Yeah, the Stones just came out with a live El Macombo. That's right. The Stones played there too. Jeremy's at 36 on the two Air Supplies. Elvis in Concert. How about some Sonny Rollins? The vinyl is EX, $24.99. Donald Byrd also plays on here. $24.99 for Sonny Rollins. For LP fans only, Elvis Presley, gold stamp promo on the back. This is probably a 70s pressing of this. $19.99 for Elvis Presley for LP fans only. Elvis is back. That was pressed in 77. Gold stamp promo, $29.99. Elvis Presley is back, $29.99. The Dave Clark 5's greatest hits, $12.99. The Dave Clark 5's greatest hits. Air Supply 36, now 40 with Grant Peltzer. 36, now 40. Nobody on Vandenberg. I've got some new LPs behind the counter that I might auction, but let me go ahead and try this. I think last time I said 45. I've sold several of these before, but let's try Duran Duran for a $35 start. This is a near mint, pristine Japanese pressing, 7 in the Ragged Tiger, has the insert, $35 start for that. Burt Jordan wants the Elvis LP for LP fans only. That's sold to Burt Jordan. Ruby and the Romantics, Making Out. That is sealed. It's a Pickwick record, $9.99. Wishbone Ash, $14.99 for Wishbone Ash. Jesse Colin Young. Jesse Colin Young is $9.99. Terry said he'd give $20 for Vandenberg. It's going over here in the sold pile. That's sold to Terry Westwood for $20. Shelly Campbell wants the Elvis is back. Sell that to Shelly Campbell. Shelly, don't get off tonight before I go through the Elvis crate, okay? Or Burt Jordan. We got 2 Elvis buyers on. That means I'm at least going to go through the Elvis crate once because they hadn't been shown before. Paul Beck, I just sold Vandenberg to Terry before you. Instructions. This is the genre is new wave. $9.99 for Instructions. Claude Bowling, Suite for Cello and Jazz Piano Trio. There's another one of those wild covers. Suite for Cello and Jazz Piano. Ooh, Yo-Yo Ma. Yo-Yo Ma, $11.99. Firewater, the Fireballs, that's $9.99. And original soundtrack recording to La Dulce Vita, music by Nino Rota. That is, I think, the same people who did The Godfather. That is a 1961 classic film featuring Nico. Nico, as in Velvet Underground and Nico? That looks like her, I think. But who that is? 61. Maybe a little too early for that. I don't know what's going on there. Okay. The Best of John Hammond. EX copy, $9.99. The Best of John Hammond and Matthew Moore, Winged Horses. That's a white label promo, $9.99. I've told John and Paul, they started putting extra notes on the back of these records. I was like, that really helps me out because some things I can tell extra information about. There's a lot of stuff y'all know more about than me. Y'all can put extra information on the back, and it will be interesting conversation, if anything, during the sale. So we're making a little bit more extra notes on the back of things. Grant Peltzer is at $40 on Air Supply. That's going twice, going 3 times. We've already sold Vandenberg. We had 3 offers for $20. James Rayner first to the suite. James Rayner first to the suite. Greg Brummett, the Paris with Bob Welch. The Paris with Bob Welch is $14.99. Greg Brummett. Philip Shoemaker on the Fireball. Sell that to Philip Shoemaker. And let's see here. Too Many Rivers, Brenda Lee. Too Many Rivers is a 1965 mono EX, $14.99. The Monkees songbook played by the Golden Gate Strings. The Monkey songbooks played by the Golden Gate Strings. That's an EX copy, $9.99. Greg Brummett said sold on Paris. Paris is going to Greg Brummett. And we have Statico, a review television production, 1959 stereo, $24.99. Michael Golston on the Monkey Songbook. That's sold to Michael Golston. Marion Maiden, It's a Beautiful Day. The vinyl on that one is EX, $9.99. All right, I'm ready to sell some Air Supply. Air Supply is sold to Grant Peltzer for $40. Oh my gosh, Jeremy just bid $41. Jeremy, I thought you were done. And Duran Duran is $35. If anybody wants that, that's a buy it now. Duran Duran, 7 and the Ragged Tiger. 9 times out of 10, Jeremy, I would say was close call, but I think that was I think sold was on out of my mouth before your bid came up. About the only time I bring back an auction is if I think maybe I missed a bid earlier. But I think I said sold and yours came in. Let's see, what did I get to? So Duran Duran's a $35 buy it now. Somebody needs to grab that. Soft and Soulful, Bill Medley is EX, $9.99. Patrice Rushen, watch out, that's EX, $14.99. 1987 electro sound pressing with original inner sleeve and press kit. $14.99 with Patrice Rushen. Dionne Warwick, that's EX, $9.99. And Jazz at the Preservation Hall, Paul Barbarian and his jazz band. Oh man, I forgot to do that one. Sarah, I'll do it right now. I knew I was forgetting something. I hadn't made it over here into these other bins though. Let me do that right now. Greta Van Fleet is on sale tonight only. We've got a bunch of them. $35.99. $35.99. Oh, and I got this title too. I forgot about these, Tanner. Almost forgot about these. Let's do these right now. Then I'll finish this bin. Greta Van Fleet, the 20% off price is $35.99. If you want one, just put GVF. That is their most recent album, not counting the one that comes out in July, which I need to announce about our group right now. I'll do that in just a moment, though. This is the indie exclusive on white vinyl, not black vinyl. This is the white vinyl. If anybody wants one, that's Greta Van Fleet. The Battle at Gardens Gate. Those are $35.99. 20% off. $35.99. The other title I'm going to do on sale is $10 off. $10 off, and that's another Smashing Pumpkins. Just because I think I've got about 10 or 12 of them. And now that we're out of Pisces and now that we're out of Gish, we might be out of these. This is $39.99. That's the on sale price. Smashing Pumpkins Adore. That is a 2LP. 1998 remaster. Originally came out in 1998. This is a remaster. Smashing Pumpkins Adore. Great packaging on these. That is $39.99. Okay, so before that, let me go back to the top, make sure we didn't miss any vintage stuff. Alan Hevelone wants the Patrice Rushen. That's sold to Alan. Before that, I went ahead and set down Sarah Long's Greta Van Fleet. Sarah wants one. Brittany Bragg also wants one. And Smashing Pumpkins is on sale as well. So let me pull Greta Van Fleet. Counting EPs, they've got about four or five releases now, I guess. This is sold to Brittany Bragg. I guess they've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Counting their new album, they're going to have 5 releases out. Counting the EP. That's counting the EP. Yeah. I've got 2 more for, this is $35.99. This is Jeff H. And there's one for Carol Seeley. That's the white vinyl. Cindy, I did not see your question about Pantera, so you might want to send that again. Okay. Duran Duran, sorry, Joe. This is near mint and pristine. Absolutely flawless. Has the insert. That's a $35 buy it now. Let me just grab a few Greta Van Fleets. Every time I go over here, I need more. I think, yeah, counting their new album in July, they'll have 5 releases you can get on vinyl. There's one for Jeff McMaster. So that was the next 2 20% off titles for tonight. Smashing Pumpkins and Greta Van Fleet. Okay, back to the vintage stuff. We just sold 2 records out of here. We got Joe Maynard sold on Duran Duran for $35. Steve Henry wants the Bill Medley. That's sold to Steve Henry. And Darren wants the Greta Van Fleet. Yes, this is the white vinyl. Indie exclusive white vinyl. $35.99 after the 20% off. Do you still have Rhino 2LP Vulgar Display of Power? We showed that last night. I don't think we sold it. So yes, right here. Those are $36.99. This is not on sale, but it's probably the last one I have. Cindy Carroll, $36.99. Let me know if you want it. Okay. Let's see what I have left in the vintage bin. Larry Carlton on Solid Ground. That is $9.99. Solo Don McLean, $14.99. Solo Don McLean. Phil Everly, EX copy, $9.99. Jerry Blavitt presents For Lovers Only Volume 2. I bet Jeff McMaster will buy this because it's also sealed, $14.99. Cindy Carroll says she'll take the Pantera. And Sherry Darnell wants a door by Smashing Pumpkins. And that was the 20% off price at $39.99. I still got some more Smashing Pumpkins. Plenty more Greta Van Fleet. Jeff McMaster gets the Jerry Blavat, as expected. Lou Christie, Painter of Hits. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. That's the original mono pressing. $14.99 for Lou Christie, Painter of Hits. The Begatting of the President, Orson Welles. Orson Welles, $9.99. That's a 72 reissue. Everybody's like, Chad, I've already bought these from you at full price. There's nothing wrong with a backup copy to keep sealed. See, now you can say your investment copy. Think about it this way, Jeff and Jeff, or James and Jeff. You keep this one sealed. This is your investment copy. You can play your other one. Just put that one away. Think about it that way. Don Everly, Brother Jukebox. Don Everly is EX, $9.99. And the Michael Schenker Group is $19.99. Michael Schenker Group. Then you average your cost between the two of them, and then you've got a sealed one and a playable copy, and between the two, you've got still a fantastic deal. How could you go wrong? Right, Tanner? Yes. Tanner said, absolutely. He's doing the same thing himself. You got to have a backup copy, because as much as you should be listening to Greta Van Fleet, you're going to eventually wear it out. Then in the year 2057, when these things are $3,000 a piece, you're going to be like, I should have listened to Chad. I should have listened to Chad. Is there a break tonight? Yes, but it will be a while. It'll at least be another half hour or another hour. Let's go through these titles one more time. I'm going to put these away so I can start. I'm going to start some new Japanese auctions. Let's put up David Bowie and the Eagles live. We're going to start these once again. Budget starts at just $30. We have David Bowie Tonight, Japanese pressing. That's a $30 start. David Bowie Tonight. That is near mint and pristine. Nothing wrong with it. The Eagles live, cheapest I've ever started one of these. Also a $30 start. Also a $30 start. It does have a tear up here in the obi. It does have both inner sleeves. 2LP, Eagles Live. This is a $30 start. So Eagles and Eagles. David Bowie and Eagles. Those are $30 starts. Okay, here's what's left in this vintage bin. We have Steppenwolf Gold, their greatest hits. That's such hits such as Born to Be Wild, Magic Carpet Ride, Hey Lottie Mama, and The Pusher. $19.99. That's an OG ABC Paramount label. Pearl Bailey, Naughty But Nice, $14.99. Time and Charges, the Buckinghams, EX copy, $9.99. Casino Lights, that's recorded at Montreux, Switzerland. That's $9.99. That's some jazz for you. Aretha Franklin, EX, $14.99, 73 specialty pressing. Does have the backup at the bottom. We have Natalie Cole, Everlasting, $9.99 to Natalie Cole. The Adventures is $11.99, gold stamp promo. Danny Wilde, the actual title of it is Any Man's Hunger, and that's $9.99. Michael Church, first to Steppenwolf. Michael Church, first to Steppenwolf Gold. We're going to sell Colin the Aretha for $10. In 2067, Chad will be 35 years old. Let's see. In 2067, I will be, 15. Okay, that'd be 77. And then, I guess I'll be 72. Am I doing that right? My head's hurting right now. I think I'll be 72. Boy, if I'm still doing this, that'll be amazing. Can I pick up my purchase at the store tomorrow? No, you cannot. We will have any of these. Probably tomorrow we'll still be keying stuff in and putting it in alphabetical order. These will be available whenever you get an invoice, and that means probably on Monday. That will be on Monday. Don Everly, Sunset Towers, EX, $9.99. The Skyliners, $9.99. Elvis Costello, Armed and Dangerous, $39.99. Elvis in Concert, I think that's the only Elvis record still left, Sonny Rollins, EX 42. Yeah, no, $24.99. Sorry, I transposed those digits there. Dave Clark 5's Greatest Hits, Ruby and the Romantics, Wishbone Ash, Jesse Colin Young, Instructions, the original soundtrack to La Dulce Vita, The Best of John Hammond, Matthew Moore, Brenda Lee, Stratico maybe. I'm putting an R in there. There's no R. Statico or Staticato. It's a Beautiful Day, Dionne Warwick, Jazz at Preservation Hall, Larry Carlton, Don McLean, Phil Everly, Lou Christie, Orson Welles, Don Everly, and the Michael Schenker Group. Okay, we can change the morbid discussion about everybody being dead. Let's think about something more positive about like buying records, right, Tanner? Okay, Elvis is on its final call, or excuse me, not Elvis, Mitchell Thomas. Mitchell Thomas has the Eagles Live final call for $30. Final call for $30, going twice, going 3 times. And we have David Bowie. I'm looking for a $30 start on that if anybody wants in. Still dropping that second W in Warwick. Dionne Warwick. Dionne Warwick. Warwick. Boy, that's tough to say. Warwick. Warwick. 1 syllable. Anybody else? Anybody want to make an offer on anything in here? Does anybody want to make an offer on anything in here? Final call. I'm going to condense these with the other things for tonight, and all four vintage LPs will be, all 4 bins of vintage LPs will fit into one. Let's see here. We've got Brenda Lee, Songs and Price for Larry Smith. That was the first comment. Warwick. Dionne Warwick. Yeah, that's 1 syllable. I take 3-syllable words and make them 1. Larry Smith, Brenda Lee songs, and this has, It's Not Unusual, Call Me Irresponsible, Too Many Rivers, Who Can I Turn To, Whispering, Stormy Weather, Hello Dolly, Unforgettable, Everybody Loves Somebody, No One, Truer Than True, Think. That's EX $14.99, 64 mono. 64 mono. Next comment was Terry Westwood offered 14 for Schenker. I will say that for 16 bucks. I'll say that for 16 bucks. $2 more just in case you missed it. What's the condition of the Adventures? I must have missed that because I never did, or I would have told you. The Adventures was back here. The Adventures was no condition notes on it. It looks like a VG cover. It has noticeable ring wear, but that is beautiful vinyl, near mint minus on the vinyl. Next comment was Robin Pruitt, the second Pearl Bailey. The only Pearl Bailey that's left is this one, Naughty But Nice, and if you want that one, I'll sell it to you for $10. David Plunkett, the Sonny Rollins, if you want that, I'll sell it to you for $20. Chris Farrar on the Stratico, the Statico. Chris, that will be $20 if you want that. David Hilton said he offered 10 for Brenda Lee. Let me see what Larry Smith says first. Let me see what Larry Smith says on the Brenda Lee. Chasing Hart said $10 for Billy Corbett. I don't recall reading that one off. Billy Corbett must be in here somewhere. Didn't know that was in here. Billy Corbett, or is that something up here? Michael Adventures, Pearl Bailey, Statico, Don Everly, Orson Welles, Phil Everly, Don McLean, Larry Carlton, Dionne Warwick, It's a Beautiful Day, Matthew Moore, John Hammond, Instructions, Jesse Colin Young, Wishbone. I don't see that in here. Skyliners, Don Everly. We'll come back to that. Tommy Flowers. Terry Westwood said 16. That's Michael Schenker Group. Sell this to Terry Westwood for 16. Michael Schenker Group. Sam Hain, Orson Welles. That will be $8 if you want it, Mr. Sam Hain. $8. The other Pearl Bailey's already sold, yeah. Chris says he'll take it for 20. That's the Staccato. The Staccarato. That's sold to Chris Farrar for 20. Larry says pass on Brenda. So sell this Brenda Lee to David Hilton for $10. Sell that to David Hilton for $10. Price on the L.A. Dulce Vita. That's the soundtrack with a film that stars Nico in it. And that's EX copy, $19.99, 61 US mono. Brenda Lee is sold. Brenda Lee is sold. The underrated. Oh, that's Billy Cobham. Okay. Gotcha. All right. The Fleetwood Mac The Dance. Yeah, that's a good one. I got to get more of those and Stevie Nicks' Greatest Hits. We're sold out of both of those again. All right. One more read through in case somebody maybe thought something sold, but it's still here. The Adventures, Pearl Bailey, Sonny Rollins, Orson Welles, La Dulce Vita, Don Everly, Lou Christie, Phil Everly, Don McLean, Larry Carlton, Jazz at Preservation Hall, Dionne Warwick, It's a Beautiful Day, Matthew Moore, John Hammond, Instructions, Jesse Colin Young, Wishbone Ash, Ruby and the Romantics, Dave Clark 5, Elvis Costello, Skyliners, Don Everly, Danny Wilde, Natalie Cole, Casino Lights, and Time and Charges, the Buckinghams. That means we can go ahead and sell the Eagles. One and only one bidder. Probably the cheapest we've ever sold one of these. And that's Mitchell Thomas getting it for $30. And if anybody wants David Bowie, it's a $30 buy it now. David Bowie tonight, $30 buy it now on that if anybody wants it. Pristine, I mean perfect Japanese pressing. Is this all the new? That's sold stuff, isn't it? Okay, this is the on sale bin. All right, so now's the time that I was going to introduce the other two on sale LPs, but let me do that now. Let me do that now, which is Greta Van Fleet. The 20% off price was $35.99. We just did these earlier, but now is when I was going to do it. White vinyl, $35.99. And Smashing Pumpkins Adore. Smashing Pumpkins Adore is $39.99. $39.99 for Smashing Pumpkins Adore. That was the 20% off price on that. Those are new and sealed. Indie exclusive. Beautiful packaging on the remaster of that. I'm not going to go through them all, but the other titles we had on sale for tonight, and tonight only, was Rush Hemispheres, Pantera, Cowboys from Hell, Greta Van Fleet, and Smashing Pumpkins Adore, Rush Power Windows, there's more Pantera, Cowboys from Hell, Smashing Pumpkins Siamese Dream, Rush Exit Stage Left, Days of the New, and Lynch Mob Rebel. And technically, and Black Sabbath, which I got one more over here that I did not pull technically. Let's see, Eddie Bruce on the David Bowie for $30. Let's see, Jared said 15 on the Buckinghams and the Instructions. Jared, the Buckinghams and Instructions. The Buckinghams was $9.99 and the Instructions, which was, I feel like was right, has to be right here. Well, let's flip through the whole crate. Let's see, Jared McLaughlin, those will be $9.99. Yeah, sell those to Jared for $15. Charlie DeFrank, the Adventures price was $11.99. $11.99. Chris DeMoss on Smashing Pumpkins. Smashing Pumpkins Adore. I'm assuming you want Adore. $39.99. Chris DeMoss, $39.99. Mitchell, you got the Eagles? Yes, you was the only bidder. Can have Greta Van Fleet. And Troy says Greta Van Fleet. Chris wanted Adore. For in sale. Oh, the new one. Yeah, let me show everybody our group. We have a Facebook group. I need to do that right now. Let me pull Troy Shark of Greta. Troy Shark, and we got his. Let's go ahead and share that link so everybody can join. If you're on Facebook, we have a really cool group. We're almost at 5,000 members, which is incredible. I've only had it for about a year, but word spreads quickly. There it is, Whole Lot of Records, as in Whole Lot of Love from Led Zeppelin, a vinyl music comedian. That's us. It's a private group, but right here is what we really do, and that's post pre-orders, and sometimes I do on-sale bins. Here's two big announcements. First, the new Greta Van Fleet album. I've got the pre-order up for that. It's going to be indie exclusive clear vinyl. Indie exclusive clear vinyl, Starcatcher, new Greta Van Fleet. They're up for pre-order. There's everybody that's already wow. Whoa. It said 7 comments, and I clicked on it. It said 42. Boy, that's more than I realized. I posted that right before we went live, so that's a popular one. And then here's a big one for this week. These will be in next week. Greta Van Fleet comes out in July. Here's a big one. Soundgarden. Soundgarden, a restock of Screaming Life and Fop. $33.99. This has been out of print for like 2 years. There's everybody's pre-order for that. Those will be next week. If you want one, go here to reserve it. You have to go here. You have to go here to reserve it. And then when there's a couple other pre-orders, John Hyatt, Bootsy Collins, Power Made. We've already got those in. Gary Wright, Dream Reaver. Pre-order for Bob Marley. Pre-order for Weird Al Yankovic. Pre-order for De La Soul. Pre-order for Run DMC. Pre-order for Poco Collected. The Call Collected. Glam Rock Collected. Lion King soundtrack. Some of these have already come in. Rush came in this week. Guardians of the Galaxy due in soon. Leonard Skinner. Those are all pre-orders. So make sure you go to that. You pre-order those. Make sure you do it on the post so you get in line in case something's allocated like Metallica. And Adventures, we'll give $2 off and sell that to Charlie DeFrank for $10. All righty. Let me do some crate condensing right quick. Let me go ahead and put up 2 new Japanese auctions. We got, what do we have here? We have, is this the same 2 air supplies as earlier? Jeremy Dalton, I know you were the backup bidder. Is this the same 2 air supplies? Jeremy Dalton? If so, I've got 2 more here if you want those for the same price. Let me know if you're watching. And then here's a low start on this one. Kenny Rogers. Kenny, pristine Japanese pressing. $15 start. This may be great for somebody who's never had a Japanese pressing. You can see how nice the condition is on these. And, you know, you might get hooked after buying something like that, especially if you're a country collector. $15 start on Kenny Rogers, and we'll see if he's still watching. If not, he said he'll take them, and I think that was 40. So go ahead and tag those to Jeremy. Same thing, Air Supply. Grant's at 15 on Kenny Rogers. Let me set the bin of Japanese stuff here. I think, yeah, all of our new vintage is in 1 crate now. Do you have a Rush Signals? I do not. We have a waiting list for that because those came in on Thursday, I think, and we sold out, and I ordered more, and I don't have more in yet. They'll probably be here Monday or Tuesday. So, no, I don't. But if you want on the waiting list, let me know. That means we'll get them in Monday or Tuesday, and then you'll get an invoice the week after. So, okay. But if you want one, just let me know. You can get on the waiting list just like you're buying it live. Thanks for letting me do some crate condensing there. I'd still got to go through the Elvis bin, but let's go through a crate of something maybe. Let me see what's back here. Let me maybe grab this crate back here. The name of the album is Kenny. It's Kenny Rogers, Kenny. Let me grab this blue crate. I have to do some shifting. Make sure this is what. Have we recently? No, somebody asked about this album right here the other night. So this one's got, the one in the back left always gets, because it's hard for me to shift them around to get to that one. So let's just go through some titles here as a reminder. Some spike strips. That would be bad. Okay. I got another title to do 20% off. Let me do some stretching first. My back is almost shot. I've moved a lot of boxes. You'd think me picking up so many records, I would be prepared for this. That's Jeremy Dalton, $40. Whew. That felt good, though. Okay. Adele, 19. Adele, 19 is $29.99. That's definitely the last one of those I have. Adele, 19. The Beatles, Please Please Me. The Beatles is $36.99 for Please Please Me. $36.99. I've got 3 copies of a great compilation by the Prince of Darkness. This is Ozzy Osbourne, Memoirs of a Madman. That's a 2LP, Ozzy's greatest hits, including No More Tears. $44.99. Ozzy Osbourne. Carole King, in concert. That's a live 1971 classic concert at the BBC. A couple tracks, or at least one or two, with James Taylor. $28.99. Carole King. 10 years, The Autumn Effect. 10 years, The Autumn Effect is $38.99. I forgot who asked about that. I didn't know where they were at, but that is $38.99. Bob Marley, Confrontation. Bob Marley is the Jamaican pressings, Tough Gong. $36.99 for Bob Marley. And Bob Marley Survival. Bob Marley Survival, $36.99. Final call on Kenny Rogers. Grant Peltzer has that for $15. Going twice, going 3 times. Robin Pruitt wants an Aussie. Mitchell, I do have a white album. I will actually, I think I put those on sale one time for a couple of dollars off. They are $51. They're $51.99. I think last time I sold a couple, I said I would do $49.99 is I think what I said. I sold a couple that night. That's a 2LP remaster. Those sound incredible. George Harrison, Cloud 9. George Harrison, Cloud 9, $36.99. Beck, Gurulito, $44.99 on Beck, Gurulito. Slipknot, the Subliminal Verses. Slipknot is on purple vinyl, $36.99 for Slipknot. We have Kiss, the Paul Stanley picture disc, $38.99 for Paul Stanley picture disc. Plenty of Slipknot there. Coldplay, A Rush of Blood to the Head, $33.99. The Cult Love, there's the rest of them. I was wondering where those were at. The Cult Love, $31.99. New remaster, first time that's been repressed in a while. Pink Floyd, The Dark Side of the Moon, $38.99 for Pink Floyd. The Best of the Pixies, $39.99. $44.99 for The Get Up Kids. The Get Up Kids is on 25th anniversary limited edition colored vinyl, $44.99. Overkill, Under the Influence, that's colored vinyl, $34.99. Iron Maiden Killers, $36.99. And Zach Bryan, American Heartbreak, $59.99. That's a triple LP, Zach Bryan, or double LP. Double or triple? 2 LP? It's a lot of songs. $59.99. Martin Pryor on Iron Maiden. Let's go ahead and sell Kenny Rogers. Martin Pryor got Iron Maiden, and Kenny Rogers is sold for $15 to Grant Peltzer. $15 on that. Runaways Turquoise Vinyl. I think that's Vinyl Me Please. I get people who send me Vinyl Me Please stuff all the time, like Keith Whitley's is being released on Vinyl Me Please. First time ever his stuff's been repressed on vinyl. Yeah, I think that's Vinyl Me Please. I will check on that, but I think that's that own company. They do exclusives just through their website. Troy Sharp on Slipknot. That's sold to Troy. Troy is first on Slipknot. Okay, here's the other title I'm going to do 20% off on. I think I've put them on sale before, but it's just one of those limited music on vinyl pressings that I figured we would be sold out by now. I've sold them on eBay for more than what we have them stickered. No joke. But here's another chance. I think probably 20% off, probably the cheapest I've sold them. And this is called Fastway. This is a 40th anniversary edition. They pressed 1,000 on red vinyl. 1,000 on red vinyl. This is Fastway. $44.99 is the sticker, so that should make that $35.99. Yep, definitely the cheapest I've sold these. Fastway is $35.99. 40th anniversary, 1,000 on red vinyl. The on-sale price is $35.99. Jeff H. wants one. That's about the cheapest I've let those go. Dan Triaga. I know for sure I've sold several on eBay for $59.99, especially when they first came out because there was no other version. These are all numbered on the back. This is number 671 and 672. And this is $35.99. Tommy, I don't think there's no way I can get wholesale. There's no way I can get wholesale Vinyl Me Please, but if there's a way, I'll check into it. But I think you got to be into that club. Let me grab a couple more Fastways. One for Jeff H., one for Dan Triaga. No, the Dale is sticker price. We're just doing some select titles, some hand-picked stuff here for 20% off. But I think they've been good decisions. I mean, we've really knocked some out. There's one for Kevin Huffman, and there's one for Terry. Whoop, that hop sticker's messed up. Let me not give you that one. What's on that one? It's a piece of paper. There's 2 more. There's one for Kevin and one for Terry. And there's more if anybody decides they want one. Okay, let me go through, let's see what I can find here. I would like to do a recap of, or let me go through, I don't know what to go through. Might go ahead and grab a bin of vintage. No, everything in here is sticker. Everything in here is sticker. That was Zach Bryan, Overkill, the Get Up Boys, Pixies, Pink Floyd, Coldplay, Slipknot, Kiss, or Paul Stanley, Beck, George Harrison, Marley, 10 Years, Carole King, Ozzy, Beatles, and Adele. Chris DeMoss also wants a fast way. Do you have Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath? I believe I do. I'm also trying to figure out what else I can show at 20% off. Some titles we have a bunch of copies of. Any ideas, Tanner? Maybe that one right there. That would probably sell, I would think. What is this right here? I don't want to do those. I came over here to grab a couple more Fastways. Well, I've already got one, but that's okay. There's one. Oh, I need more anyway. Did I pull Chris DeMoss? I don't think so. I pulled Chris DeMoss already? Okay. So there's Troy Sharks. Adele was $29.99. Adele was $29.99. Do you have Greta Van Fleet from the Fires? Let me see what else I have from Greta Van Fleet. I've got Anthem of the Peaceful Army. I've got one copy of From the Fires left. It will be $36.99. I've got one copy left, $36.99. One copy left, $36.99. Michael McDowell said he'll take the Adele, which that was this blue bin right here, Adele 19. Michael McDowell, there's your Adele, $29.99. That's the only other Greta Van Fleet I have. All right, I know y'all can't see me, but I'm going to step over here and walk around the store for a second, see what I can grab. See what I can, I might do something. Oh, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. Yeah, somebody asked about that. I've got 2 copies. They're only $31.99. You probably should grab those. $31.99 for Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. $31.99 for Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. Who asked about Greta Van Fleet? Sarah, let me know if you want Greta Van Fleet. That sticker, of course. She said, I'll take it. And Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath is $31.99. Troy Shark says, I'll take that Greta too. I've only got one of those. The Fastway, $44.99. The on-sale price would be $35.99. $35.99. I'm all of a sudden getting low on those. Who asked about Sabbath originally? Make sure we give it to the person who originally asked. Who asked about that? Also, do we have Slipknot at the end so far? We do. I can't find who asked about Sabbath. It's disappeared in here. Brian C. did. Let me make sure Brian C. doesn't want one. We can go ahead and give one to Joe Beatty, because I do have one, and then I have one more. We'll make sure Brian C. doesn't want it. Fastway's $35. The crates are not for sale. We're about to go on some buying trips. We used to sell them, but we don't anymore. We need these for when we go buy collections. I can share you the link, but you can buy them. They're a little bit more if you're only buying 8 or 16 on their website. Make sure you get super crates. Don't order milk crates because your records won't fit. Make sure you get super crates. That one is sold to Brian C., $31.99. Yeah, let me do this one because I think I can still get them. If so, I'll reorder a couple to keep here. But this might be, I don't know if I want to do them 20% off. Let me bring one over here and see what I can do. It's been such a good seller for us. Actually, I'm going to do 2 different ones by this artist. And what else do we got over here? Let's go ahead and do these. I feel like these will sell at 20% off. This is going to be a lot for me to carry, but I can do it. I'm going to be shipping some box sets. Doug's probably going to want to shoot me, but that's okay. All right, this is originally, let me get you the price first. Let me figure out if I can do 20% off on it. Definitely going to discount it. Yeah, Okay, I feel like let's do let's do $25 off. $25 off. That's going to make these $124.99. $124.99. That's a little less than 20% off. Jimi Hendrix Electric Ladyland box set. $124.99. This is a 6 LP set with a Blu-ray, all analog mastering from the original 2-track master tapes. 5.1 surround sound mixes of the album by Eddie Kramer. 9624 high-resolution stereo audio. Includes previously unreleased home demo and studio recordings. Also includes never before released September 68 Hollywood Bowl performance. 48-page booklet with rare photos, Hendrix handwritten song drafts, and comprehensive liner notes. The expanded making of Electric Ladyland, and it's pressed at QRP. And I had those, they're numbered, this is numbered on the back too. Those were $149.99. I've got 3 of those I'll do for $124.99. That's Jimi Hendrix Electric Ladyland. Did I miss something else? Brian C. got a Sabbath. No, I'm not traveling. We'll still be having sales. I won't be traveling buying the records. We'll still be here having sales. Yes, $124.99. Okay, the next box set, let me do some math on this. The next box set, I know we'll at least sell one of these. I figured we'd sell out of Hendrix. Let me do some math here. It's an odd price. Let's do $114.99. $114.99. Led Zeppelin Mothership. $114.99. $114.99. Led Zeppelin Mothership. That's $25 off, and we have sold a lot at the $139.99 price. Led Zeppelin Mothership. Terry says he's thinking on Hendrix. Don't think too long on these because I've only got 5 of them. I've only got 5 of these. Led Zeppelin Mothership. Those are new and sealed. That price is $114.99. And the last thing I have here, I've never ever put these on sale. Never ever put these on sale. This is Led Zeppelin. And I ordered a bunch because I did an unboxing video. Let's do this at roughly 20% off. We'll do this one at roughly 20% off. Led Zeppelin, the complete BBC sessions. That's $174.99. This is originally $214.99. This is the one that's on 5 LPs. It also comes with 3 CDs. This is every track Led Zeppelin performed at the BBC. 8 previously unreleased performances. Individually numbered album cover art print. 44-page book. Amazing. This is probably my favorite Led Zeppelin listen if you're talking about anything extra, I guess. I like, I talked to some people when this came out, like in, I guess, originally in the 90s, and they was like, wow, we got new Led Zeppelin stuff coming out. Led Zeppelin don't release a lot, as y'all know. I guess Celebration Day was the last thing they really released, other than all the new remasters and the deluxe stuff. But so, if you're wanting this one, please confirm by BBC. Please confirm. I think Michael Nath and Jeff. I've got several. I stocked up on these. I actually did a YouTube video where I unboxed it and went through it. And when I posted that, I sold like 4 or 5 of them. That's why I do those. And I've got, I think I've got 4 or 5 left. I really stocked up on them. I think Michael Nath wants one, and Tanner, that was $174.99. $174, and I think that's what Jeff McMaster wants too, and maybe Chris DeMoss. And Mothership was $115. I've sold a bunch of them, but those are $139.99. Jeff also wants BBC. We'll have to go to the office to get those. And I do have How the West Was Won. I do. How the West Was Won. I have those right here. I don't think I've only got but 1 or 2 of those. I'll discount it. Maybe not for 20% off. This one's same price. This is the Super Deluxe. Once again, all the complete recordings. This is $214.99. So, yes, BBC is live. Yeah, that is Led Zeppelin live, and it's incredible. It's live, and it's incredible. Yes, BBC is live. Really, really good stuff. This is live too. This is How the West Was Won. How the West Was Won. Led Zeppelin. This is the 4 CDs, 3 CDs. I'll do $15 off this one and make it $199.99. Chris DeMoss also on BBC. So we got to go get 2 of those. And Darren, this is $15 off. That may be my last one. I may have one more. How the West Was Won. $199.99. Led Zeppelin. Boy, that's some good stuff. People come in the store and they think these are CDs. And then they pick them up and they're like, wow, this is the vinyl. I was like, yeah, you should buy it. So Darren says he'll take it. And that was $199.99. Okay, here's what I have left in Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin 3, Led Zeppelin 4, Houses of the Holy, and Coda. I'll do any of those you want for 15% off, which is probably going to be about $15 or $20 off. If anybody wants Led Zeppelin 3, 4, House of the Holy, or Coda before I lug them over here, those are the ones I have. Led Zeppelin 3, 4, House of the Holy, and Coda. And I'll do 15% off. 15% off those. Troy also wants a BBC. Now, Troy, I'm getting to the point where I don't know how many more I have left. I think I've got you covered, but I'll have to go check. And Led Zeppelin was Darren's for $199. No one on Houses of the Holy. No one on that. That was $114.99. And that was, yeah, Mothership, not House of the Holy. Michael Nath on Holy. Let me go grab that. And Michael, I think that's $159.99. Yep, I got a sticker here on the spine, actually. $159.99. And let me bring, I'm going to try 2 more box sets. I'm going to try 2 more box sets to see if I can get y'all interested in a couple of these. Well, there's not much more I have like extras of. I'll do the Dawkins for 15% off. I'll do the Dawkins for 50%. If anybody's been on the fence about those, this would be the time to buy it. He said yes, so $136. Sounds good to me. House of the Holy, Super Deluxe box set, sold to Michael Nath for $136. Dawkins at 15% off. That's the same price as Houses, so yeah, $136 on those two. Dawkins is $136. Ken Crooker wants one. I've got 2 left. The Dawkins are the original studio albums, the Elektra albums, Breaking the Chains, Tooth and Nail, Under Lock and Key, and Back for the Attack, which is 4 LPs, 5 LPs. That's a 2 LP album. That's $136 after the 15% off. Dawkins. Ken got one. I've got 2 more there left. Now here's what I have on the wall left in box sets if anybody's interested. Genesis Last Domino, Soundgarden Live, David Gilmour Pompeii. I've got a Crosby, Stills and Nash Mo-Fi 1-step. That's not really a box set. It's a 1-step. I've got a couple Live Rush. I think I've got Time Machine and Rio. Dave Matthews Band. Metallica, Hardwired to Self-Destruct. I got a Steely Dan UHQR. Motley Crue, Smashing Pumpkins. Kiss, Grateful Dead, and then the 4 Led Zeppelins I have left is Led Zeppelin 3, Led Zeppelin 4, Coda, and Mothership. That's what I've got in box sets. And I don't think I got any new arrivals that hadn't been filed. Nope, that's it. Except for John Prine. I've got John Prine back here. This one box set. Okay, let me clean up here and do a couple recaps. Let's see here. Let me get some of this stacked away very carefully. So 2 Dawkins left. Those are $136. The Elektra albums. Let me put those there. I'll bring the Dead over here and Coda and Gilmour. Let me get y'all some prices. Not all 20% off, but I'll discount them, even if it's just $5 or $10. I think that might, well, I know it's helping you out, but hopefully it might make your decision easier to go ahead and buy it. Let me put this crate back here so I have a place to lay these on. And let's see, how much? Dave Matthews Band, Gilmour, Coda, Led Zeppelin 3, Grateful Dead. Okay, so what was the first one? Dave Matthews Band, I probably can tote a few. Dave Matthews Band, Gilmour, Coda and Grateful Dead, John Prine. John Prine's right here. Let me do that one. Let's see. Dave Matthews Band, Gilmore. Led Zeppelin Coda, the box set is $189.99. And let me grab Grateful Dead. Let me grab these. Okay, first was Dave Matthews Band, James Rayner. That is $119.99. $119.99. Dave Matthews Band, $119.99. Paul Beck, the Gilmore at Pompeii, also $119.99. And Coda was $189.99, Stephanie. Brian Hummel, the Grateful Dead, is Two from the Vault, $129.99. Nick Bagaron, the John Prine, was $79.99. $79.99. And that's live at the other end. And yeah, John Prine, Grateful Dead, that's Two from the Vault. Two from the Vault. Let's see, Led Zeppelin 3, let me check that. And Stephanie wants a BBC. Stephanie Harder on BBC. So, okay. All right. I was going to stop at 10 o'clock. It's 10:01. I just needed to knock out those box sets. Nick passes. Anybody, if you're interested in these, let me know. Stephanie wants a BBC box set. I've got to make sure that I have enough. And the John Prine was $79.99. That was originally a Record Store Day release. James Bragg wants the Dave Gilmore. Dave Matthews Band. Let me make sure. James Rayner doesn't want it. James, let me know if you want that. If not, I need to give that to James Bragg. Dave Matthews Band live at Red Rocks. 100 on Gilmore. Let's see here. David Gilmore. Price. Yeah, and then somebody. David Gilmore is $119.99. $119.99. Paul Beck said, would you do 100? Probably tonight, this would be $110, which would be $10 off. And Paul Beck, that's what we call split in the middle. Part 2, we're about to pause here for about a half hour. Part 2, we'll do half off records, okay? We'll do some 50% off vintage and maybe some buy it now best offer. But we'll have on sale vintage records in part 2. Also a recap of tonight's new arrivals because there's some fantastic stuff. Let me just clear up here, make sure nobody else wants anything. And then we will call it a night for part 1, take a half hour break, and then we'll be back for part 2. Half off vintage for part 2. And Michael says he wants an Adore. You sure can. Smashing Pumpkins Adore is $39.99. Smashing Pumpkins Adore. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Adores. I've got 6 Adores. All right, so that is sold to Michael Golston for $39.99. Paul Beck says he'll take the Gilmore for $110. This is a fantastic box set. Peter Alderman also wants a Smashing Pumpkins Adore. Peter, are you a first-time buyer? I don't recall saying your name too many times. If you are a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. Make sure you message our page, which is CollectCo, with your email address and your mailing address. You caught us on a good night. We're doing some spring cleaning in the back, which has also turned out to be spring cleaning in the front. This is 20% off. Make sure you message our page with your email address and your mailing address. Come back and see us in about 30 minutes. We're going to do a big recap of everything that we had on sale tonight. We usually take about a 30-minute break, either 9:30, 10, 10:30, and we come back for about an hour or an hour and a half and do a recap of everything from part 1, buy it now, best offer, and then we do 50% off or sometimes 20% off vintage. Sometimes we do 20% off vintage. If it's not quite a year old, we do 20% off. And I hadn't done that in a long time because we've had so much 50% off to do. But we're almost done with all that. And then we'll go back to doing buy it now, best offer, or 20% off. So Peter, make sure you send our page a message. We'll take care of you from there. I don't have any Judas Priest left. I have a waiting list for that, Grant. I have a waiting list if you want that. And Fred Carnell also wants an Adore. More box sets. I've read off everything I have, which is Genesis, Soundgarden, Crosby, Stills & Nash, Rush and Rush, Metallica, Steely Dan, Motley Crue. It's not really a box set, but we've got Smashing Pumpkins, Smashing Pumpkins. Kiss is a box set. We got Creatures of the Night. That's truly a box set. And then the 4 Led Zeppelins we have left is 3-4 Coda, and Mothership. And then there's Fred Carnell's. There's Fred Carnell's Adore. We send, Peter just sent us his email. We send invoices through email. If you hadn't been getting your invoices, we've been checking some messages and people's like, I haven't got an invoice. And then we tell them it's at their email. And some people have like email accounts where they have like 25,000 unread emails, and it would take them 3 months to get everything deleted and purged. So they just never check their emails. And so they didn't know that. But now everybody's getting on the same page. They're knowing to look for those or search their inbox for CollectCo. And, you know, you can search your emails. You can search CollectCo and it will pop up. You don't have to scroll through all 18,000 unread emails. Just so you know. Some people didn't know that. They're like, I can search my emails? Search CollectCo. It should pop up. It's from Square. You can also search Square too. All right, that was a blowout of a part 1. Oh my gosh, we got crates and crates of stuff. We've got a lot of keying in to do. So we'll be back in 30 minutes. You'll want to come back for half off. So now it's 10:06. We'll be back like closer to 10:35, maybe a quarter till 11, after we probably go get some food and get everything sorted here for part 2. So come back and see us in about a half hour. We're going to wrap up the week once again with blowout half-off records. And we'll be back then. If you have another BBC I want. Jeff H. also on that BBC list. Jeff, I got you. See y'all in 30 minutes. Elvis, yes. Where's our Elvis buyers? Before I leave, Bert Jordan and Shelly. Bert and Shelly. If you're watching, let me know. Remind me to do